The Woody and Rizzuto podcast is powered by Moritz Royce Jewelry, where you get the jewels, not the shaft. Online at ninjabling.com.
Due to the graphic nature of this program, listener discretion is advised.
105.7.
Your attention, please. This radio station has been taken over. For the foreseeable future. We will say what we want. This radio station has been taken over.
All sites, please stand by channel 1. Communications switching to channel 1.
Woody and Rizzuto.
Alright, here it comes. Switch controls to manual override.
KPNC HD1.
St. Genevieve, St. Louis.
This is Woody and Rizzuto.
Time to make the donut.
Hey, good morning, everybody.
Hey, good morning, Woody. How are you? Nice to see you. It's great to be here today.
Sure, you psyched? It's Monday.
Oh, my God, yeah. All my friends, so jealous that I got to come in today.
Yeah, today is President's Day, so there are some people that have the day off.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people, though, who have to go to work today.
Like us, we're here.
Yeah,
And
we're
if you
here.
didn't know, today is the day where, historically speaking, where Washington and Lincoln got together to fight the Egyptians.
Yep. Okay.
That's the...
You know what? You could tell me that, and I'd buy it hook, line, and sinker.
Right.
Oh,
We
man.
celebrate that. A big battle today.
Yeah. We're here because the majority of people are still going to work today.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, unless you work at a school or you work for the post office or banks, they're all closed. But
Civil service employees, right?
Yeah.
They're off today.
I mean, all the employees here at the radio station are off today, but let's face it, this is not a real job.
That's true.
Any excuse for people to be off, they're off.
Oh, they'll take it.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yep. So we're here today. Got a couple interesting things about President's Day as far as like this list that just got published about the most popular and least popular presidents in history, right up until you get to President Barack Obama. So, I mean, this is not just like all the old-timey historical presidents, but I mean right up until
from
Obama.
Washington to now.
Yeah, a couple surprising things in there, but we're not going to start with that. We're going to start where we left off on Friday. There was this story that Manball's Masters brought up when we talked Got Game with him about how recently this 29-year-old Scottish tourist, he went to the bathroom outside while he was vacationing in the Australian outback. And it sparked quite the discussion on Friday. Very late in the show, so we figured, man, we got to bring this back on Monday. We got to expose it to the whole group of early listeners that tune in first thing in the show, get their opinion on it.
It even went over to the guys' night out we had.
Oh, yeah.
That Friday night over at the Hot Shots in St. Charles. People were talking about this.
Yeah, hot topic of discussion. So anyway, this guy, tourist, goes to the bathroom outside. He's vacationing. And when he dropped his pants, a poisonous tiger snake bit him on the testicle. So with his pants down, he ran to his buddy's bedroom, told him what happened, and then asked his buddy to suck out the poison. Okay? You following? The friend, ironically named Roddy, politely declined. But he did drive him to the nearest hospital, which was 40 miles away. The guy was given the antidote, saved his life. Here is the question that we have for you. Fellas, if you were in the same situation, would you agree to suck out the poison, or would you refuse and tell your friend that, unfortunately, sir, you're going to die? Buddy, I love you, but you're going to die.
What would you do?
I would drive you to the hospital and, wish you luck.
Now, medically speaking, I don't think actually sucking the poison out of a wound would actually do anything.
No, but didn't we read somewhere at one point that that's a total myth?
Yeah.
The same way that, remember the one time you peed on your wife because she got stung by a jellyfish?
Right, after the nurse at the resort in Jamaica told us to do that.
Yeah, but that was just so she can get you to pee on her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a wives' tale. Apparently it does not do a damn thing. Other than you get to pee on your wife or girlfriend without it being seen as some kind of kinky sexual thing.
Right. I was uncomfortable, just so you know, but that's me. Some people are into that.
Yeah, I don't see where you would be, but hey, to each his own.
Okay, so you would let your...
But
hypothetically, if this were the life-saving method, you'd have to suck the poison out of the testicle.
Would you do it?
So you would let your friend die. Like you knew he wouldn't make it the 40 miles.
You don't know that. You don't know.
You don't know if he's going to die.
You don't know that. I mean, I think what we'd do is we'd fashion a tourniquet. We'd get like
you'd tie off the testicle.
I would grab a shoelace and I would instruct him to take the shoelace. I wouldn't do it for him. Take the shoelace, put it around his bag, and then tie the bag off. And then we'd be getting in the car and then driving off to the hospital.
All right, so
but
you don't know that your friends are going to survive. Like, you don't know that he's going to survive the 40-mile trip. Maybe he will.
Dude,
maybe he won't.
You love your friend, but do you love you're going to...
Your friendship does not
suck on his testicle?
His life does not trump the gayness of it. You're not doing it for pleasure.
No kidding. I just don't know if I can get myself to do it. You know what I mean?
You'd be a hero.
Would you do it?
If it was a life-saving thing?
Would you?
I think I would.
You would? Honestly.
I wouldn't let my friend die.
You would honestly... No, now I got a visual.
I'm doing this for you.
I'm picturing my friend, the Italian stallion down there, trying to suck the poison out.
First of all, I would say no homo. That's first of all.
See, I don't think that covers the situation. I think any time you have a situation like that, I mean, that just it's not enough coverage.
Of course it's coverage.
No, it's not.
Again, you're not doing it for sexual...
If you're sitting next to each other on a bus or something and your knees touch and you claim no homo, that covers that. Okay, but when you actually have another man's testicle on your lips, again, this is all hypothetical, so there really is no right or wrong answer here. It's just
I'd like to say I would.
Right, you'd like to say you would.
I don't know if in this situation I would, but
would you actually do it? That's the question. Would you actually go through with it?
I would like to say I would.
But see, this is the thing.
Even that's weird saying that.
But you got to really put yourself into the situation and how you would actually... people go all the time, I don't care, man. If somebody came into my house, I'd shoot them. And then you hear those stories all the time about people who, they got the gun, they're pointing at the guy, and they're just shaking like crazy, and then they end up getting killed with their own gun because they couldn't go through with it. 314, hey, Rizz, want to go camping? Just text yes or no over to 48258. Would you suck the poison out? Your buddy got bit in the testicle. He runs into you, asks you to suck the poison out. Now, here's the other thing. How do you know? I mean, you're out in the woods. How do you not know this is like some kind of like Brokeback Mountain situation?
I guess that you have to really have a trust thing going on there.
Yeah, well, your buddy, he's just looking for, an opportunity, and he never really even got bit by the snake. It's just his opportunity to try to get with you.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
What if that? What if it's all set up?
So you would take
just so he could blackmail you. What if he's secretly videotaping you just so that he has blackmail on you going forward, and he wants thousands of dollars in exchange
to not release the tape?
To not release the video. Just text yes or no over to 48258.
Just so I'm clear, you would not do it.
I would not do it.
You would not do it.
Yeah.
And risk.
So don't knock on my door if you get bit by it.
Risk your friend dying on the 40-mile trip.
I got other friends. I had plenty of friends.
You're a terrible friend.
I guess. I would do a lot for my friends. These people, it's like these people go, I would jump in front of a train for this person. Would you? Would you? Just put it out there. You can think less of me if you'd like, but I'm just being honest.
After I suck the poison out, I would say, please, let's not tell anybody about this.
And that's the thing. Are you really risking anything by saying no? Because even if you don't and they die, you're down a friend. If you do it and they live, could you be friends with this person anymore? I mean, could you look this person in the face?
All right.
From that point forward.
Okay, so what you're saying is, so if we're going with this hypothetical situation
thing
here, okay. Every doctor that has to perform a prostate check.
That's different, dude.
How is that different?
That's a prostate check, okay?
This is a life-saving procedure.
It's a prostate check, and they are a doctor, okay?
In the absence of a doctor.
If he was checking your prostate with his penis, then it would be the same thing, okay? If he's using his mouth and tossing your salad to check your prostate.
Still digitally manipulating your beehole.
Oh, but he's not. See, that's the thing. He's not digitally manipulating necessarily as much as he is just checking your acorn.
I am merely sucking the poison out of a testicle.
It's all right, man. We don't have to agree here. See, it's an interesting situation. Patrico, what would you do?
It depending on the friend, but like 90% of the time, I would be sucking.
What would you do? Just text yes or no over to 48258. The results coming up next. It was quite the debate. Spilled over into the Guys Night Out event. Guys talking about it hypothetically. Tables full of gentlemen.
Yeah.
Waiting for the ladies to hit the stage in their sexy lingerie and bikinis. This 29-year-old guy, tourist, went on to the bathroom, take a leak outside. He's vacationing on the Australian outback. A poisonous tiger snake bit him right on the testicle. And then with his pants still down, he ran into his buddy's bedroom, told him what happened, and then asked his buddy to suck out the poison. The friend, ironically named Roddy, politely declined, but he did drive the guy to the nearest hospital, which was 40 miles away. They gave him an antidote. It saved his life. He is okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because his friend drove him to the hospital. I say, hey, you know what? Still a good friend. Rizz brought up another twist to this whole situation. What if you're the one who needed the poison sucked out? Would you allow somebody, regardless of gender,
life or death,
to suck the poison out? Well, if it's life or death, in that particular case, I would say yes, although it wouldn't be before trying to first amputate my testicle. I just try to cut my testicles right off.
Definitely no eye contact. Definitely no eye contact.
Somebody said only if he promised not to put his hand on the back of my head. That's from the 636.
None of that either. No shenanigans like that.
Someone said you would also want to be careful not to use a shoelace for a tourniquet because in order to tie it tight enough, you'd cut right into the skin.
Oof.
So you need something about like a strap about 2 inches wide.
Okay.
Yeah. So as far as the listeners go, would they allow somebody, or not would they allow, would they, dude, my whole...
You think crash out?
It just crashed out.
Yeah, mine did too.
Oh my God. Dude, there's...
Our texting service, which does the polling for us.
So much of, well, at last check, I can tell you this, at last check, is this still not working?
Yeah, mine's not working either.
Oh my God.
Maybe if we do this.
Yeah. Of course it doesn't work. Why would it work? Why would it work right now? And you know what's funny? Like it's right when I went to go grab the final results there. Oh wait, hold on, we're loading again. Right when I went to go grab the final results is when it crapped. Okay, we're back up. Loading the results. It says for the yes or no text poll. Oh my God. Oh, here we go. With 69% of the vote, very sexy result here. 69% of the vote says no. They would not.
Terrible friends, all of you.
Attempting to suck the poison out if their friend got bit in the testicle. So there you go.
Okay, so now
it's a hypothetical.
Another thing. What if there wasn't a hospital around? What if it was hundreds of miles?
Well, guess he's dying.
All right.
Hypothetically, I guess my friend's going to die. Yeah.
If it was me, I'd haunt you.
Hey, you know what? Good for you. See, at least we'd still be hanging out. We got some crap on celebrities coming up next. We'll find out what's going on in the world of music and entertainment.
Find out what went down at the Whitney funeral, and David Lee Roth talks brown M&Ms.
Plus your crappy birthdays and the world-famous porno birthday, all next in your crap on celebrities.
It's President's Day, a day reserved for celebrating, who cares? Happy 3-day weekend. The point.
Crap on celebrities.
Just going over the details for this week's Drive-By Whoring. Brand new one coming up for you. It's Monday. Of course, we got a brand new
Harrowing
Drive-By
tale.
Whoring. It's not as crazy as one's past. It's still pretty good, though. It's a woman writing in her nomination. She's nominating her dad's ex-girlfriend.
Okay.
That'll be coming up. It's Drive-By Whoring number, what, 113?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
All right. Right now, though, it's time for some crap on celebrities. Let's find out what's going on in the world of music and entertainment.
And it's brought to you by Charter Communications. Call 1-888-GET-CHARTER. So the Whitney Houston funeral went down on Saturday. I'm sure you were glued to your television set at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. Right, Woody?
Sure.
You were watching?
We had part of it on. We saw probably like the tail end of it, like right when they were bringing her casket out.
I'll give you the highlights. So I guess the big question was, will Bobby Brown be there? Was he invited? Was he not invited? Well, Bobby did show up at the funeral, but he left before it even started because security was harassing him. So he says, he issued this statement saying, quote, "We were seated by security and then subsequently asked to move on 3 separate occasions. I failed to understand why security treated my family this way." Now I believe he's not the one that put out the statement because you see Bobby Brown using the word subsequently.
You know what I thought was really crappy about the whole thing? Because apparently he walked in, had this dispute about the seating arrangement, walked up to the front, touched the casket, and then bounced for the rest of the... What really sucks, man, it's not about you, a-hole. The very least, who cares what happened between you and Whitney? I know that he is legitimately upset about the whole thing, but at the very least, he should have stuck it out. Regardless of the seating situation, even if he had to stand in the very back corner of the church.
Well, he says
for his
that's
daughter.
Why he left, as to not cause a scene.
But he should have been there for his daughter.
Agreed. Well, he's saying that he was not allowed to even see his daughter. Well, anyway, TMZ says that Bobby's leaving out one important detail here. Whitney's family invited Bobby and 2 people. So he had a Bobby and a +2. But he showed up at the church with 9 people and got mad when he was told they couldn't seat all of them.
Yeah, I know it was like a tight invite-only thing because the church is only so big or whatever.
Yeah.
Dude, my wife was watching this interview from like a year and a half ago that Oprah Winfrey did with Whitney Houston, and I was watching this one part where she was talking about the whole situation, the relationship with Bobby Brown, and really, I mean, people like to blame Bobby Brown, and I'm not saying that she didn't have a hand in it. She made her own decisions and everything else. However, she was such a massive star. You know, we have these conversations every once in a while where, fellas, would you be okay if your wife made more money than you do? Well, imagine being people that are in entertainment already have somewhat of an ego to begin with. You have to, I think, in order to be a celebrity like that. Bobby Brown certainly does. But Whitney Houston's star was obviously much bigger.
Well, there are superstars, the A-listers, and then there's basically everybody else.
Yeah, and Bobby Brown's day had been many, many moons ago. Whitney Houston, this is like right after The Bodyguard, big star,
huge.
Okay? And she apparently is this type of person, by all accounts, who was just a pleaser. Like she wanted to make her husband happy, so she kind of played down to him. And again, she made her own decisions and everything, but that really was kind of her downfall. But these crazy stories about what life was like during that time with Bobby Brown. I mean, he was nuts.
Yeah, nutcase.
He'd go on these benders, and apparently he would start drawing and painting evil eyes. Not like whole cartoon characters, but just the evil eyes, like all over the walls of the house and on the closet doors and just everywhere. What a wacko.
Just a nutcase.
And, he would physically abuse her and everything else. And she just didn't have, I guess, the strength at that time because she was messed up herself to finally get out of that situation, but she did.
And his nuttiness continues on to the funeral.
Yeah.
And now the daughter, I hear, is all messed up. She apparently went on some kind of bender right after the funeral.
Well, that's a rumor. They haven't confirmed that. I mean, I'm sure she's upset.
Well, as expected, Kevin
Parent
Costner, Tyler Perry, Clive Davis, they all spoke at the funeral. Stevie Wonder admitted that he had a little crush on Whitney before singing one of her favorite songs. I don't know why this is funny. The song is called Ribbon in the Sky.
First of all, Ribbon.
But that's why.
That's why.
Alicia Keys, R. Kelly, they also sang. And the funeral ended with Whitney's casket being carried out of the church while
that's the part I saw.
Will Always Love You played in the background.
Yep.
And we'll actually put a video of that part up on the show blog at 1057thepoint.com.
It's actually a really nice way to end the funeral and appropriate, too.
And speaking of that particular song, Chris Cornell from Soundgarden did an acoustic version of I Will Always Love You during an Obama fundraiser last week in San Francisco. We'll put that up on the show blog today as well. Actually, not bad.
Dude, how cool is Chris Cornell? He's one of those guys who could sing like, Mary Had a Little Lamb and make it sound cool. He's just got one of those really unique, cool-sounding voices. Like Aaron Lewis from Staind is another one of those dudes.
It's another guy that could sing anything.
Yeah.
And finally, one last Whitney-related thing. The couple guests who were at the Beverly Hilton on that particular floor, the fourth floor, when Whitney died, they want refunds because of the utter chaos that had to,
they had to endure.
Spoiled their plans.
Well, it's not a cheap hotel to stay at in the first place, okay? So, you know what it's like to be in a hotel where a bunch of people were making noise out in the hallway? And not to mention all the paparazzi and the security that then went into the whole thing.
They were talking about being harassed every time they tried to go to their room.
Sure.
But what did they expect? Somebody died on that floor.
Okay, but the hotel should be like, all right, listen, we're really sorry about all this, and then give them a refund. That's just good customer service.
I agree.
Is it really going to hurt them that much? I mean, look at all the publicity they got out of this whole thing. Trade-off.
The Colbert Report was suddenly shut down last Wednesday, but it's going to be back tonight. Now, there aren't really many details on what went down, but Stephen Colbert has basically confirmed reports that it was some sort of family situation. So he tweeted, quote, "My family and I would like to thank everyone who has offered their thoughts and prayers. We are grateful and touched by your concern." Now, last week there were reports that Stephen's 91-year-old mother was, I guess, pretty sick, but that was never confirmed. And I didn't know this, but his dad and two brothers died in a plane crash back in the 70s.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I guess it's just him and his mom, and I guess he's got a couple brothers and sisters left.
See, everybody's got problems.
Yeah.
People talk about, their charmed life, or what do they say? Like, everybody, like, me, I have such big issues. I had a problem in my childhood, or this something really tragic happened to me along the way, and that's why, I haven't really made much of myself. All these excuses and finger pointing. Everybody's got something,
Well, then you got people that kind of harness that and make successes of themselves. How about that?
I mean, don't you think that if he really wanted it to, he could have let that destroy him?
But he didn't.
Parent, your sibling dies in a plane crash? Mm-hmm. Just saying. Just putting that out there. A lot of people want to be victims now.
Now, we've all heard about the famous tour rider from Van Halen back in the 80s. Famously demanding that, yes, there'd be M&Ms in the dressing room, but absolutely no brown ones. Now, for those of you who have never heard the story, Van Halen did make their promoters remove the brown M&Ms, but they weren't trying to be jerks. It was a test. So they included the line to make sure that promoters were paying attention and had actually combed through the entire rider. So basically,
there's all these riders that make it online, and they ask for some pretty outrageous stuff. I think it started with this rider back in the day, and people just thought, like, oh, okay, well, maybe this is the kind of stuff that we can ask for just to kind of be jerks or whatever. And so people legitimately started asking for really weird, out there, odd things. But there was a legitimate reason behind this one.
Well, you'd think that once you see that just on the surface, you go,
right.
Oh, these guys are just being dicks.
Right.
But basically, if there's a bowl of M&Ms with the brown ones taken out, the band figured that the promoter had just meticulously taken care of the more important aspects of the tour rider, like lighting and staging and security and ticketing. So Van Halen has put out a video in which David Lee Roth brags about the clever plan and seems to, I guess, take a lot of joy in how the brown M&Ms nonsense was misunderstood and misrepresented by promoters in the media.
That makes sense to me.
Like, if you pay attention to that little fact right there.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about everything else.
Right. You know everything's taken
In a way,
care
you're
of.
saving yourself some time.
And
Meanwhile, no brown M&Ms.
Everything's taken care of. On TV tonight on CBS, 2.5 Men, How I Met Your Mother, Mike and Molly, and Hawaii Five-0. The Voice and Smash on NBC, House and Alcatraz on Fox, and The Bachelor on ABC.
Your crappy birthdays. Rihanna is 24. Charles Barkley is 49. Cindy Crawford's 46. Sidney Poitier.
He's a very important actor, Woody.
Very important. He's 85. Justin Verlander, the Detroit Tigers pitcher, he won the AL Cy Young and the MVP awards last year. He's 29. Sandy Duncan is 66.
She's got one eye, you know.
French Stewart, the weirdo from Third Rock from the Sun, is 48. And Ivana Trump is 63. Your porno birthday being brought to you by Patricia's. It's where fun and fantasy meet. You can visit them online at Patricia's with an S, stores with an S.com. If you want to see today's porno birthday girl, you can go onto our blog, 1057thepoint.com/war. Today's porno birthday is Serena. And today's birthday girl has taken more shots to the face than Lincoln. In 181 fine films, including Getting Off, Anal Annie and the Backdoor Housewives, Honey Throat, whatever that's about, Lust at First Bite, and who can forget her unforgettable role in Wine Me, Dine Me, 69 Me.
That's a classic.
Serena is 61 years old. She is an old whore. And that is today's porno birthday being brought to you by Patricia's, where fun and fantasy meet. Your crappy birthdays, and that is your crap on celebrities. We're going to take a quick break. Right after the break, we got this week's Drive-By Whoring. That's coming up next here with Woody and Rizz.
You're listening to the Woody and Rizzuto podcast.
Metallica on 105.7 The Point, everything alternative. It's Woody and Rizz. Drive-By Whoring number 113. Before we get started, as you know, you can always send your nominee over to us via email. We just need a couple pieces of information. A lot of people always want their drive-by whoring carried out. However, we're going to need more information than so-and-so is a whore. Thank you.
My favorite email.
The whole story, come on.
My favorite email that I read over the weekend was, Dear War, my ex-girlfriend Cindy's a dirty bitch. Light her up. That was it.
Now, how can you tell they talk like that just over email?
Because of the way that it was written. Okay. I guarantee it.
No caps, just everything.
No caps, no punctuation.
A lot of text spelling.
Was it parentheses Hoosier accent?
I'm pretty sure may or may not have been spelled with a K. So
okay,
we need a little bit more info than that.
So just send us the email with your name, the whore's name, and then the story why. A little backstory. I mean, you've heard these before. We're up to 113 of them. Mm-hmm. We need a little bit more information than just so-and-so is a whore. I mean, give us as many details as you can.
Dirty whore.
Light her up.
Give us as many details as you can without going like 4 or 5 pages on it, you know?
Yeah. The basics.
Email
Why
it over
is she a
to
whore?
whatitdo@1057thepoint.com. Subject line, drive-by whoring nominee, okay? Over to whatitdo@1057thepoint.com. Now, Riz, before we get into this week's email, drive-by whoring nominee for drive-by whoring number 113, why don't you remind everybody how the drive-by whoring started here on the show?
Well, back in the day, this girlfriend, we'll call her Knobbers. Knobbers cheated on me. Knobbers happened to live right up the street from my best friend, so whenever me and my friend had to go out, we'd have to drive past Knobbers' house, and when we did, we'd roll down our windows and at the top of our lungs scream out whore, so this way everybody in the neighborhood was aware a whore lived in that house right there. We'd peel off. On with the evening.
Now, Riz, we always get questions. Well, why did you call her Knobbers?
Oh,
really?
Maybe I should.
I think it's kind of
maybe we should call her this.
1 + 1 = 2. Put it together.
Man, her name is. That'd be hard to find on a mug. Let's start the war wagon.
Can you spell that?
Yeah.
Our drive-by whoring is being sponsored by
our fine sponsor, Pure Performance in St. Charles, for when you've got to get away fast. Pure Performance.
All right, so this week's drive-by whoring comes to us from Mandy. Mandy writes in, nice guys shouldn't finish last. Dear Woody and Rizz, I'm writing on behalf of my dad. His name is Jim. He's a great guy, listens to your show all the time. He's a hard-working, blue-collar kind of guy with a great sense of humor. The whore in question in my drive-by whoring nomination is this dirty, skank-ass bitch of a whore girlfriend who recently broke up with him. Her name is Sandy. It was bad from the start because before she was dating my dad, she would tell stories about leaving the bar with one guy, banging him, going back to the same bar, and then leaving with another.
Oh, God.
And she loved to tell this one story about having sex with multiple firemen outside the firehouse. This is a top-notch whore. She comes with so much baggage and drama that it makes Jersey Shore look like Leave It to Beaver. The most disgusting part is she's not even attractive. She's just a sure thing, and everybody knows it, so guys flock to her. Despite that, my dad starts dating her, ignores every word of caution, warning, and advice that I have to give about Sandy. He said that the past is the past and that everyone deserves a second chance. Well, a few weeks ago, Sandy got so blackout drunk, ended up at a strip club with another guy, and never even told my dad. She found out the hard way that people tagging you in Facebook statuses can really be a bitch. My dad, being the nice guy that he is, didn't say much and took it all in stride. But guess what happened next? The bitch dumped him the week before Valentine's Day after he dropped almost $200 to fix up her piece of ish Hoosier trailer. Not to mention the $150 on her Valentine's Day necklace, 2 Blues tickets, a Blues jersey. Please give this whore bitch slut the drive-by whoring she deserves, because not all nice guys should finish last. Thanks for reading this, guys. I really appreciate it. Happy birthday, Rizz. Suck it. That is from Mandy.
But this Sandy sounds like a grade A whore.
Classy.
Yeah, she's a user and abuser is what it is.
I want my Blues jersey back.
Fixing up her trailer.
Yep. Yeah, I like the part like, she's not even attractive, just a sure thing.
Yeah. You don't date a chick like that.
Every once in a while, there are women out there who think that they're beautiful just because guys will sleep with them. It has nothing to do with it. You're willing, and so guys will sleep with you.
It's a hole and a heartbeat.
Don't judge your attractiveness or lack thereof based on the fact that some guy will have sex with you. It means absolutely nothing about your looks.
Yeah, you're the option right then and there.
Right.
There's nothing better.
You've said numerous times. You've said numerous times, Woody. If you're a female, there is a guy out there who will sleep with you.
Yeah, absolutely. No matter how nasty and hideous. I mean, Half-Ton Mom had someone that had sex with her. She had kids. Did you watch that?
Oh, God, dude. That My 600-Pound Life. Gross. But somebody sleeps with those people.
All right. You fellas ready?
All right. This is for Sandy, number 113, everybody.
Sandy!
Gentlemen, to the war wagon. Let's do this.
Facts of the case. Let's do this.
Wait. Let's go.
I don't know what's nastier, your face or your whoring-induced bed sores, you disgusting dog-faced, bull-legged bitch.
Yes! Yeah!
Cowbell it! Yeah! And that's how you do that. That's how it's done. 113 in the books.
Nice job.
I do say right in the pocket, fellas.
Yeah, it was for sure.
Nice. Again, send your emails, your drive-by whoring nominations over to whatitdo@1057thepoint.com. That's whatitdo@1057thepoint.com.
Really, bow-legged bitch, huh?
Well,
you're just assuming, right?
On account of all the doing it. Black Keys, Lonely Boy on the Point. Black Keys, Lonely Boy on 1057 The Point, everything alternative. It's Woody and Rizz. Coming up this Saturday, Rizz and I broadcasting live from the grand opening, the official grand opening of the new Mattress Source location there in Ellisville. And as part of their grand opening celebration, I mean, if you're looking for the rock bottom price on a brand new drive-by whoring mattress, or really any mattress they got in the store, that's the place you want to be. They're really looking to blow it out this Saturday. So what I've talked them into doing is giving away a drive-by whoring mattress. Okay, now, in order to increase the odds that you could win this thing, we've made this a you must be present to win kind of contest, and we're limiting the number of people who can even get into the contest.
So we'll take, 105 people?
We're going to get 105 people qualified. Of that 105 people, how many of those do you think we're going to be able to be there or make it there, have something come up or whatever? I'm thinking probably like around 50 or 60 of those 105 will actually show up.
So you got a good chance of winning.
Right. Now, we're going to get as many people as we can to text over the word BED, B-E-D, over to 48258. And then at the end of the show today, the computer will randomly select, say, if we're doing all 5 days this week, 21 people.
Yeah.
All right, so 21 people from today, 21 people from tomorrow. Those people will get a call from Patrico with all the details of when they can show up to Mattress Source. The drawing will be at 1 o'clock on Saturday.
So you got to be there.
Yeah, must be present to win. But it'll include the drive-by whoring mattress of your choice, queen or king size, a free box spring, free delivery of your new drive-by whoring bed, free set of sheets, and 2 memory foam pillows. You see, you get the whole drive-by whoring package.
The whole set.
Your choice. Now, if you really need a mattress and you're part of the people, one of the 105 people that get qualified, and you don't win, they're going to have like a ridiculous, I think if they said the lowest price they've ever had on any of these drive-by whoring beds, available this Saturday only while we're there. So if you need the bed, they'll get you a fat hookup on
Listen,
Saturday.
We've been talking about him for almost a year now.
Yeah. That's this Saturday.
Get one.
The address is 29 Clarkson Road there in Ellisville. Riz and I broadcasting live this Saturday from noon to 2. Even if you just want to stop by and pick up a Got Wood or a Ninja sticker, say hey or whatever, that's where we're going to be. And if you want to get qualified, text the word BED, B-E-D, over to 48258. That's BED, over to 48258. And like I said, 21 people from today will get selected, 21 people from tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then we'll see you out there on Saturday. Must be present to win. So if you know you can't be there, why even bother?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
You're just taking up somebody else's spot.
Yeah. So today's President's Day, and I guess in honor of President's Day, this new nationwide survey that ranked all the U.S. presidents by popularity, the results have just been released. And someone needs to resurrect George Washington, man. Voted the most popular president of all time.
Go figure, huh?
Wasn't he a slave owner? They all were,
I
weren't
think
they?
Jefferson was, and a couple of those guys at the beginning there, but...
Yeah, it's funny, like... He might have been a real douchebag, but because there wasn't the internet and everything else back then, all the ways to really dig up dirt on somebody.
Well, I mean, that was the way.
You know, it'd be really interesting.
Back in the day, I guess
Sure.
if you're rich, a plantation owner.
It would have been really interesting, though, to see what it would be like if all things were equal. You know, the amount of press and the amount of, access to information.
Yeah, but forever, though, there was gossip columns and stuff like that.
Yeah, but look how the ease of information now. It'd be interesting, like I say.
Now it's a 24-hour news cycle. You can't get away with crap.
Yeah, be interesting to see if all things were equal, how it would shake out.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, George Washington voted the most popular president of all time. 89% of the people surveyed have a favorable opinion of him. Lincoln was second with 85% positive. The rest of the top 10 most popular presidents: Jefferson, Roosevelt, John Adams.
Which Roosevelt?
Teddy Roosevelt.
TR. Mm-hmm.
Harry Truman, Dwight Eisenhower, John F. Kennedy, John Quincy Adams, and Franklin D. Roosevelt. For the recent presidents, Ronald Reagan came in 14th. Gerald Ford was 16th. Bill Clinton 17th. George H.W. Bush, that's the father. George H.W. Bush was 19th. And Jimmy Carter was the 29th most popular president. Now, on the opposite side of the scale, now this is what I thought was pretty interesting. Who do you think the most unpopular president of all time was? If you had to guess, who was the least popular?
I mean, you'd probably say like George Bush.
George Bush is on that list. Nixon is the least popular president on this list.
Where's Taft?
I did not see Taft.
Warren Harding.
But Richard Nixon was the least popular president. And you brought up Bush. You would think that George W. Bush would be right there with Nixon, since everybody likes to crap on him so much, right?
With all the venom and hatred.
George W. Bush was the 11th least popular president. Guess who was 7th least popular?
You going to say Obama?
Which means more unpopular than George W. Bush.
You going to say Obama?
How crazy is that? Obama is 7th least popular.
Yeah, but I think because he's president now, people have him. If you hate the guy, it's in your head right now.
And that's why I'm saying it
is nuts, though, that just the vitriol towards.
Well, dude, here's the guy
W.
who won his election based on the hatred of George Bush. Okay, and now here it is, about 4 years later,
and now he's more hated than the guy he replaced.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It'd be really interesting to see if all things were equal. You know what I mean? Like if there had been enough time.
Yeah, I mean you'd have to wait a couple years and then do
not
this
even a
poll
couple
again.
years. I'm saying if you could have captured like the popularity, you see what I'm saying, like George Washington, right? If they would have polled people 5 years after he left office and then polled people 5 years after Lincoln, 5 years after Bush or Clinton. I'm
sure results would be different.
Right.
So, like, if you took this
because they're asking people today about their feelings on George Washington, but, none of us ever lived through the Washington presidency, obviously.
Yeah, I think...
Or Thomas Jefferson.
In order for it to be fair, really, you'd have to take this poll when Obama's out of office.
First of all, you'd have to take this poll.
Sure.
Yes, because that's everybody's frame of reference on everything.
That's it. Okay, that's it. Founding father. That's it. But he was a pot farmer, so that's why.
Don't you think if that was the case?
Listen, if he wasn't a pot farmer, he'd be at least like top 20, but definitely not number one, though.
Don't you think if that was the case, and that's what overwhelmingly drove him to be number one on that list. Don't you think that pot would have been way legalized by now?
Yeah.
So maybe for you. That's like the me and all my friends attitude right there on display. Thanks for your text, though. Send yours over to 48258.
Tom Chong for VP.
Hey, I've got some Hoosiers in the news. Not the headline Hoosier, but just for your discount news coming up next. Some Hoosier news for you, including one story. It's a dick move with a sweet mullet. We'll get to that, and then a happily ever after story about a really romantic moment that happened in court. Some crack in the news, a stabbing at a very interesting place for a stabbing to go down. Just a bunch of Hoosier news coming up. Before we get to that, though, if you want to go to today's show blog, 1057thepoint.com/war, you got to see these things. There's these things called nude pants. Really for the Hoosier who thinks that wearing pajamas in public just isn't Hoosier enough. It's nude stretch pants. Have you seen these things yet, Riz?
Oh, yeah.
Take a look at these pictures, man.
I'm well aware of what's going on there with I mean, it looks like they're not wearing any pants because it's flesh-colored leggings.
Yeah, you got to go check them out. So, yeah, they're skin-tight pants, and these things are designed to make it look like you're nude. And we've got the pictures up on the show blog. In one photo, though, there's a cashier. She's at a Lowe's. She's wearing them, so it looks like she's naked from the waist down. I mean, it really is fascinating.
I mean, leaves nothing to the imagination.
But just like nude beaches and nudists in general, it's never the people that you want to be wearing these things who are wearing them.
Now, if you're the boss over there at the Lowe's, would you not send her home immediately?
Immediately.
Or at least go down to like aisle 19 and wear a tarp.
Dude, it's unfortunate, but you got to see them. It's the latest in Hoosier it's Hoosier high fashion.
It's disgusting. That's what it is. Have you no shame, Hoosiers?
Nude stretch pants. 1057thepoint.com/war. And you can see these photos, including the one of this this Lowe's cashier. You know what? You're right. I'm surprised they even let her work there like
Unacceptable.
that. It's disgusting. 1057thepoint.com/war. Hoosier news in your discount news. That's all coming up next, right after a look at the traffic and weather here with Woody and Rizz. Time now for some discount news.
Oh, yeah. We gonna do some news.
And it's all Hoosiers in the news today. We already told you about how the nude stretch pants.
You got to see the pictures, man.
Big with the Hoosiers right now.
These are disgusting.
Yeah, it's for the Hoosiers who think that wearing pajamas in public just isn't Hoosier enough. If you've never seen them before, you got to see they're skin-tight pants designed to look like you're nude from the waist down. And there's pictures on the blog of different people wearing these things in public. And again, just like the idea of a nude beach is better than the reality or nudists in general, it's never the people that you want to see wearing these things. But one photo, there's a cashier at Lowe's who's wearing them. A couple other people that are wearing them. It looks like it's got to be Walmart pictures. It looks like they're at a Walmart.
I think it is.
1057thepoint.com/war. You can see them there.
Now, the thought process probably went something like this. They put on these pants, looked in the mirror, and said, I look good.
This looks really good.
I'm leaving the house.
I mean,
I'm going to work at Lowe's.
My regular pants, my jeans, just had too much width and bulk. I look fatter in these. Dude, it's bad.
Skin-tight nude stretch pants, yep.
All right, here we go. Who's news? Police in Pennsylvania pulled over a pickup truck for having too many people in the front seat. One of the passengers was 56-year-old Frank Lee Turner. Officers a little suspicious of him because he kept mumbling. So they tried to take a closer look, but Frank struggled with the officers and a piece of crack popped out of his mouth. So an officer shot him with a taser. He spit out another 3 pieces of crack. Frank tried to swallow the rest, so police tased him again. What do you know? He spit out another 19 pieces of crack. You know what it reminds me of? If you know the movie Goonies, of course. Remember when Mouth had all the
all the jewels in his mouth.
Had all the jewels on the pirate ship, and Mama Fratelli was just like, spit them all out, and just one jewel after. It's crazy.
Yeah,
it reminds me of that. So he was arrested, charged with possession and resisting arrest. Another huge news. This is why you don't invite men to baby showers. And I know that's a big thing now. It's like you have like a co-ed baby shower. Men just don't belong there, especially if they're Hoosier men.
And men don't want to go.
Yeah, this happened in Rhode Island. An argument broke out between this dude and some of the baby's mother's relatives. It ended with a 23-year-old man stabbing 3 people right there at the baby shower. Fortunately, none of the injuries were life-threatening. He was arrested, hit with 3 counts of felony assault. Oh, and he was already on probation at the time for a drug charge.
Oh,
so
he's a nice guy.
He's real screwed. Another Hoosier news, worst mom ever. A woman in Florida stole $4,000 from her son's bank account while he's being stationed in Afghanistan. She wired cash to herself and then used it to buy a plane ticket somewhere. And you got to see her mugshot because she's sporting a super sweet bleach blonde mullet. It's an unfortunate picture, which is the whole reason she made Who's News.
Haircut alone?
Yeah, a real super sweet bleached blonde mullet.
A mullet.
Yeah. Female hockey hair. Just go to 1057thepoint.com/war. I think I sent you the picture of this, didn't I, Patrico?
Yeah, she looks like one of the nasty boys from old school WWF.
Yeah, check that out. And in other Who's News, this happens in Syracuse, New York, where Nicole Osborne, she was in court facing a felony assault charge. Also in the courtroom was her boyfriend, Theodore Murphy, which was a bit of a surprise because Theodore also had a pending domestic assault charge in front of the same judge. And Theodore had gotten a court order against Nicole, stopping her from having any direct contact with him. So are you following?
I got it.
Now it gets weird. Theodore asked Nicole's lawyer to pass along a message. The message, will you marry me? What a perfect time. The judge reminded Nicole that she was prohibited by law from responding, but in the interest of true romance, Rizz, the prosecutor asked the judge to amend that order of protection to allow her to answer, and tears in her eyes, she said yes.
Oh,
huzzah.
What a match made in heaven. So he's got a restraining order against her.
Yeah.
Judge lifts it temporarily so she could say yes.
So if this were a movie, the judge would have probably married him right there on the spot. Instead, the judge told the happy couple that since he's presiding over Nicole's trials, that he wouldn't be able to do the honors. These kids are going to make it.
I think so.
This is a match made in Hoosier heaven.
heaven.
They're going to have a Krispy Kreme donut cake.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to speed off in a mock General Lee with cans dangling behind it.
Listen, after Nicole completes her sentence, of course.
Text message here. Dear God, I just saw the naked Hoosh pants. My eyes, they're burning. Says the 314.
618 says, I want to claw my eyes out after seeing those nude pants.
Yeah. 1057thepoint.com/war. Also see that mugshot, the one with the bleach blonde mullet. It's 1057 The Point. Sports next. A lot of people checking out nude stretch pants. Who's your high fashion? I can't wait for the Tosh show, man. I know it's sold out, but I know there's tickets on StubHub and stuff like that.
314 is like, OMG, show. You can't unsee that ish past the brain bleach.
If you want to see some of the photos, 1057thepoint.com/war. While you're up there, there's another video we put up there today. A granny breaking it down for Whitney Houston. This 90-year-old woman, big fan of Whitney Houston. She busted out some pretty awesome white girl moves, jamming out to I Want to Dance with Somebody. Her grandson's the one that recorded it, put it up on YouTube. I mean, she breaks out the following dance moves. 13 seconds in, she does the Single Ladies. Followed by some Bad Romance. At 108, she's feeding the chickens like this.
Oh, okay.
She does the moonwalk, and then she finally rolls out with the Thriller.
Oh, wow.
Towards the end. I mean, Grandma's really breaking it down.
Watch that then.
1057thepoint.com/war. If you want to get caught up in everything that we've had on the show so far. Time now for Patrico to no doubt screw up your sports.
Don't screw this up, fatty.
And your sports is brought to you by Larry Flint's Hustler Club. $500 Hustler Honey Search happens every Wednesday night at Larry Flint's. So the Blues split their games this weekend, shutting out the Wild 4-0 on Saturday before they headed to Chicago for yesterday's afternoon game. Blackhawks got the best of the Blues after they headed into the third period with a 1-0 lead, but the Blackhawks scored 3 in the third. They got the 3-1 win. Team is off until Wednesday night when they take on the Bruins at the Scott Trade for Donnie Fandango night.
Hey, Donnie!
Yeah.
Sold out, right?
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Donnie night is sold out at Scott Trade. Pretty cool.
If they can get like a chant going at some point during the game. Where
Hey, Donnie!
That would be awesome.
Like they should put it on the Jumbotron there.
Yeah.
Like, A Donnie.
You heard him say, I think he said one of his last weekend rages, like his one thing that he wants to do and he's dying to do it is to do the Let's Go Blues chant. And I think they can make that happen that night.
It's his night.
Yeah, man. It's Donnie Fandango night.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens there. Again, the team off until Wednesday, take on the Bruins at the Scott Trade.
Well, I know Brooke Royal, they just did a thing there at the Blues game.
Yeah.
They got to do that.
Yeah, Cornbread actually played on his drums. The doom, doom, doom.
Yeah.
And that was really cool.
Cornbread, the guy who used to work here at the radio station, not country, stupid morning show Cornbread.
Little fella with a mohawk.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not big fat guy in pajama pants.
No.
Not an embarrassment.
That dude should probably be wearing those nude stretch pants.
Yeah. Oh, God, gross. Oh, all right. Mizzou got a big win against Texas A&M over the weekend, 71-62. Still nationally ranked third in the country. Tigers will take on Kansas State in Columbia on Tuesday. Tough week for the Tigers. They got KSU on Tuesday and then Kansas on Saturday. This is funny. On Friday, after the New York Knicks lost to the New Orleans Hornets, the first loss since phenom Jeremy Lin started playing, ESPN.com posted an article about the loss with this headline, and this is a quote, "Chink in the armor," which, to be fair, is a common expression for when something that seemed invincible has a weakness.
You, Eddie, and the you, Dolphy!
But obviously, since Jeremy Lin is Asian, and that word is also a racist term for Chinese people, it was a pretty poor choice of words to just be a coincidence. Now, ESPN agreed, and they fired the writer. They issued an apology, and they also issued a 30-day suspension to a SportsCenter anchor named Max Bretos, who used the same phrase on air, but he kind of just blurted it out. It wasn't like it was premeditated. When you write something and you publish it, that's not just an accident. That's something premeditated. You have to think about that.
The crazy thing is, it was like something that was posted at 2:30 in the morning on that Saturday morning.
Yeah, so it's not like it ran through the chain of.
No, it was down. It was taken down almost immediately.
Yeah,
you can screenshot something immediately. And that's gonna be something that gets put up on people's Facebook and Twitter and everything else.
Oh, Jing Chong Ling Long Ting Tong. Oh.
Yeah, especially posted that early. You know it didn't go through like the chain because like I used to work.
So what, 2:30 on the East Coast? So, I mean, it's not that late on the West Coast.
No.
But still, like, I used to work for the student newspaper at SIUE.
Yeah.
And regardless of anything that got posted, like, it went from me to the editor-in-chief to her boss, and then it got posted. That's at the collegiate level. So God only knows, especially in like this, a professional manner, it's got to go through certain chain of people, before it gets up there.
To ESPN's feed. So like, as soon as they post something, I'm sure they get like a text message or some kind of update, depending on what sport they really want to follow.
And I'm sure in the middle of the night when there's updates that need to be done, there's not really that chain of command as if
there's got to be some sort of chain though. I mean, there's got to be something, but who knows? Regardless,
there is now.
You are 100% correct on this guy being so fired. A little bit of baseball news here. MLB pitchers and catchers reported to spring training this weekend, and a couple things to report. First, if you haven't seen Yadier Molina's massive tattoo he got for winning the 2011 World Series, holy crap. I'll put a picture of it on the blog. I mean, it takes up the entire, his entire bicep is a picture of the World Series trophy, and it says World Series Champs 2011. This thing is huge.
Does it match his neck tattoo?
I don't know. That thing's stupid. But I'll put a picture up on the blog. Also, a big trade went down over the weekend. A.J. Burnett, he goes from the Yankees to the Pirates. Pittsburgh will pay about $13 of the $31 million remaining on Burnett's contract. Also, some retirements to mention. Outfielder Mike Cameron, he plans on retiring. And knuckleball tosser Tim Wakefield says he will be retiring after spending his last 17 years with the Boston Red Sox. I am Patrico. That is your sports. And boom goes the dynamite.
Today's matchup, porn from the 70s.
I am the gardener.
Come in.
Versus porn of today.
Hi.
What?
Fight. And the winner is porn from the 70s.
I will trim this.
The point.
Headline Who's ready to go, and then we got some That Sucks stories, especially if you're working today. A lot of people belly aching on the text about, man,
Gonna be in today.
everybody else I know has the day off. Riz and I are here. We're working.
Yep. Happily working.
There are some other people working. I know some people said they work for a school. They have like a makeup snow day today.
Oh, that's
so as opposed to having, President's Day off, they got to make up the snow day. Hey, you got a snow day off for how much snow have we gotten this year? You've gotten no snow.
You got lucky that day.
Yeah. You want to talk about something that really sucks? There was a story that we heard about this morning where there was a plane in California that hit a helicopter.
Or was it the helicopter that hit the plane?
I don't know. It depends on how you want to look at it. All I know is there was a woman flying the plane.
Huh.
So I'm guessing it was the plane that hit the helicopter based on those facts alone.
Do you want this? You want this now? Here?
Yeah, what do you got?
All right, so a small plane and helicopter, I guess, clipped each other. Helicopter going up, plane going its direction. They clip. Luckily, everybody survived. But
Isn't that crazy?
It was the woman that was actually riding the helicopter.
Yeah.
And it actually took the tail of the helicopter right off.
See, that sucks. Now that
certainly
sucks.
does suck.
Okay, so you're working today, but you weren't in the plane, you weren't in that helicopter.
Yeah.
That sucks. Or that story, we saw this on Friday, this guy in Florida. He's recovering in a burn center after his electronic cigarette exploded in his mouth. This happened earlier last week. The guy's wife says that she thought it was a firecracker going off in the house. And then she heard her husband screaming, and it was because of a faulty rechargeable battery. The explosion knocked out all of his teeth and part of his tongue. That sucks. See, that sucks.
See, working ain't so bad today, huh?
Yeah, working
could be
today.
a lot worse.
Yeah, we have some other that sucks stories coming up for you. Phones are open at 314-969-DUDE if you want to call in. 314-969-3833. Send a text over to 48258. Emails over to whatitdo@1057thepoint.com. Time now for your headline Who's.
When NASCAR ain't on, it's headline Who's.
Just abundance of Hoosier stories in the news for you today. And if you went down to Mardi Gras, you know, drinking doesn't always bring out the best in people.
No, usually not.
Today's headline Who story comes to us from St. James City, Florida, where two drunk chicks, 28-year-old Alicia Martin and 23-year-old Catherine Ranick, they were at a bar and they ran out of cash. So they started walking around offering to flash their boobs for beer money. But no one took them up on their offer, which sounds strange, right?
Well, I'm imagining these two women must be gorgeous.
Sounds strange that two women offer to flash their boobs for beer money and nobody takes them up on the offer. Until you look at their mugshots, then it makes complete sense. Yep, you were right, Riz. You called it. Anyway, other customers started telling them to stop harassing everyone, and that's when Alicia and Catherine turned violent. They shoved and punched one female employee. Alicia pulled a knife on a dude who tried to get him to stop. Alicia was arrested, charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and battery. Catherine charged with disorderly conduct. And I'm going to show you the mugshots here, Riz. You tell me. Would you have given them beer money for their booby flashing? Hold on. There's one, and here's the other one.
Nope.
Now,
not a penny.
You'd look at their boobs, though, right?
Of course I would. I wouldn't.
You wouldn't pay.
I wouldn't give them any money for it, though.
Yeah. Man.
Beauty queens. That's all you got to say about those two chicks.
Wait, where do you see these broads? Go to the blog, 1057thepoint.com. Patricia, I'm sending you the pictures right now, the mugshots. 1057thepoint.com/war under the headline Who's banner. There it is from St. James City, Florida. 28-year-old Alicia Martin and 23-year-old Catherine Ranick. That is today's headline Who.
KPNT HD1 Collinsville, St. Louis. Woody and Rizzuto. Powered by Hot Shots. Now with 35-cent wings Tuesday nights on 1057 The Point.
Yeah, so the That Sucks story is coming up next. A little perspective. Maybe you think you have it really bad right now. You're just having a bad string of weeks or months or whatever. Maybe you feel better after hearing these stories. People who, I'm guessing, have it worse than you do.
A lot worse in these stories.
We'll do it right after Cavo. It's Woody and Rizz on The Point. Cavo on 105.7 The Point, everything alternative. It's Woody and Rizz, and a little perspective for you this morning with a round of That Sucks stories.
The way you say the grass is always greener.
Yeah.
But it could be your grass that's the really green grass.
I mean, if you look at it compared to people who have it really bad, like maybe you're overreacting to your situation a little bit, I guess what we're saying. I'm not saying things are the best right now, but this is a way to feel better about yourself because, you know, it could be worse.
Like maybe yesterday you threw a chair because you had to come to work today. Could be a lot worse.
You could be the guy that we just told you about who had the exploding electronic cigarette that took out all his teeth and part of his tongue.
Yes. That sucks.
You know? Okay, so you're at work today, but at least you still have all your teeth and your entire tongue.
Uh-huh.
That guy's looking at you going, dude, please.
You know what's really pissed? That
Let me
guy's
tell you a
wife.
story. Yeah, right. That sucks. Here's some other stories in the news. A 62-year-old guy from Chicago was out for his morning jog when he noticed that he had been joined by two pit bulls. At first, he wasn't sure if the dogs were friendly or not, but he figured that out pretty quickly, Riz, when they both attacked him and began chewing on his legs. He tried to stay on his feet, even using an ankle weight to hit one of the dogs, but he was quickly losing the battle. Neighbor hears him screaming. The baseball bat ran out to help, but the dogs were still in control. and they didn't stop until the cops got there and shot them dead on the spot. The jogger was rushed to the hospital. Doctors had to amputate his left foot.
Oh, that sucks.
That sucks. Now here's a runner who had to have his foot amputated.
Yep, because of 2 pit bulls.
How you doing? How about this story? Another story involving a dog. A news anchor in Colorado was doing a story about a dog who had been rescued from a frozen river. Ended up getting bit. And this chick, the reporter, ended up having to get 70 stitches on her face, and she can't even speak because her mouth is sewn shut. They did that so the skin graft would take and the blood would get circulating through her lips again. That sucks.
I'm sure it was one of those like puff pieces where, an animal
A feel-good thing.
on a morning TV show.
Yeah. Isn't that nice? This doggy got rescued. She I guess was leaning over to kiss the dog on the nose and it chomped down on her face.
Is there a video?
Is there? I don't know if there's a video or not. Have you seen a video for that yet, Patrico?
There's a video, but they don't show anything.
No.
I mean, it
I know,
sucks.
No,
but
that's
I
what I mean,
I'm seeing like a video where you actually see what went on.
I haven't seen any video that you actually see it.
Yeah, see, that sucks.
Sucks!
Yeah. Anybody feeling better about their life yet? Show of hands.
I think
All
there are
right,
a couple people that are not.
I see a couple. Not everybody's hands up yet.
Still got to keep going.
We'll continue. A 32-year-old woman from Chicago was killed when she took an elevator to her apartment, unaware that a fire from another apartment was burning on her floor. She died from smoke inhalation.
Oh, that sucks.
That
Sucks!
Another elevator story. A guy in Chicago, same city, stuck in an elevator to his high-rise condo. The fire department was called. Firefighters took a second elevator up, climbed through the ceiling to get the guy out, and then got stuck again when the second elevator wouldn't go down. 3.5 hours later, they were finally able to maneuver and manually lower the elevator.
That sucks.
That sucks.
Sucks!
That sucks.
Not as tragic an ending as the other one, though.
Still, though, nonetheless, getting caught in an elevator.
Now, this one's pretty brutal. 3 guys, they're at this church in St. Petersburg, Florida, for some reason. Time and place for everything. They were looking at a 9mm handgun that was owned by one of the guys, who does have a permit to carry. But one of the other guys in the group was interested in buying one himself, so as the dude was in the process of showing the gun's safety features, bang, a round is fired. It turns out that he took the clip out, but he didn't check to see if a round was still in the chamber.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, the bullet passed through a wall, hit a woman in the head.
Oh, that sucks.
That sucks.
At the church.
Yeah, you know what also sucks? The woman happened to be one of the other dude's girlfriends.
That sucks.
That sucks.
Sucks!
And you want
What are
to
the
know what
odds?
also sucks? She's the daughter of the church's pastor.
Oh,
Sucks!
Yeah. She was taken to the hospital. She's in critical condition. Once again, that sucks. Yes. Anybody feeling better about their life yet?
a little better.
Nope,
A
not
little
everybody?
bit. Maybe
Okay.
some more.
Back in 2008, Rodolfo Valerez, he walks into a bank in Miami. He just wanted to cash his $100 check. And around this particular time, bank employees were on high alert because of a warning about a Hispanic guy wearing a Miami Heat hat. I guess had been robbing places in the area. And here's poor Rodolfo. He's walking to the bank. He's wearing a Miami Heat hat.
Happens to be Hispanic.
A jumpy employee hits the silent alarm as soon as they spot him. Cops rush to the scene, order everybody to the floor, and they physically detain Rodolfo, handcuffing him, kicking him in the head. He was let go, and the bank employees and the cops realized that they had made a mistake. I mean, this guy looked nothing like the real robber that they were worried about, other than he was wearing a Miami Heat hat, and he was also Hispanic. But other than that, there was like no other similarity.
That sucks.
So that sucks. But it turns out this is a that sucks story with a silver lining. It was well worth it because a jury awarded him $3.3 million in damages after ruling that the bank was wrong in triggering the silent alarm and then failing to stop it when employees realized that he wasn't the robber.
So that sucks, but hey, you know what?
Slash huzzah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I know a lot of people that would go through that.
Absolutely, wouldn't you?
For $3.3 million?
Kick me in the head.
Yeah. Here. We'll give you one more story. Maybe feel a little bit better about yourself. This poor bastard. 70-year-old guy in Chicago. He ran out real quick to grab a snack for his 17-year-old son who's got cerebral palsy. When he got back to his apartment, 2 burglars were in his place going through his stuff. They grabbed the old man. They duct taped him to a chair at gunpoint, threatened to kill him. I mean, that right there sucks. But it gets worse. The burglars, they hit the son. Again, who's in a wheelchair. He's got cerebral palsy. And then they heated up a spoon over the stove and held it against the dad's hand to force him to give up the PIN number for his bank card.
That sucks.
So these burglars, they wound up trashing the apartment. They took $300 in cash, jewelry, car keys. I mean, really, whatever they can get into the pillowcases that they had on them. So the man managed to scoot over to a cell phone and call 911. But the cops got there after the burglars had bounced in the van that he uses to transport his disabled son.
Oh.
The man told the cops that the burglars were talking about a woman that he never heard of, quote, ratting him out. So they had the wrong guy. So some chick ratted out some dude to these two burglars. These burglars thought that this was the guy, even though it wasn't.
Wrong guy, wrong apartment.
Yeah. So it's just believed they mistook his apartment for somebody else's.
Oh, that sucks.
Dude, that sucks!
Woody and Rizzuto on 105.7 The Point.
Tell me you're not feeling better about your life after that.
Yeah, could be a lot worse.
Now I see all hands are up. Good.
Apparently the chick that got shot in the church, in the head, she died.
Oh, that sucks.
Sucks!
The pastor's daughter. Oh.
If you missed any of the stories, hit up the blog, 1057thepoint.com/war. It's 1057 The Point, everything alternative. Saw this story. I mean, everybody hates jury duty, right?
Mm-hmm.
I hate jury duty.
You ever actually been called to actually be on a case?
Have I been selected?
Yeah.
Or have I got the notice and then showed up because I got the notice?
No, you've been selected for a case.
No, it's never
gotten real close a couple of years ago.
It's never gotten that far. And people want to say that you're not like an American if you hate jury duty. Well, yeah, please, if you like it so much, by all means, you take my spot. I don't want to sit there.
I mean, you're in the room for, God, hours on end.
Sucks, man.
Waiting to see if your number is called.
Yep. So I get called, and typically they start, I mean, you know, you've heard stories about people talking about how they're racist and whatever. I mean, here's, and you know what, this is the God's honest truth. I mean, I've never lied in the course of, you know, the jury duty process. I show up and they ask me questions and I say, what I do for a living. I say, you know, I host a radio show, and typically right then and there I'm out.
Dismissed.
Yeah. Now, that wasn't good enough one situation, and then they asked me later on if I had any biases towards cops or whatever, and I said, well, you know, I have a couple family members that are cops, and I do believe that more often than not, if you're getting picked up by the cops, chances are you're probably doing something that you weren't supposed to be doing. Did you get busted for what you were actually doing, or were you just doing something that you probably, or being in a place where you probably shouldn't be? Either way, you're probably in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Okay, and you say that?
Thank you, sir. And that was it.
Well, yeah. I mean, you're honest.
But you know what? I honestly believe that.
You firmly believe that.
I actually believe that.
I mean, you have all these people saying, well, I'm going to go up there, I'm going to say I'm racist. Well, I'm going to wear my Klan hood.
I don't like
over
colors.
the courthouse. You're not going to say that.
No. You could try. They've seen that one before.
Yeah.
You know? And then they can hold you in contempt of court if they really believe that you're, I mean, I honestly believe that. And you know what? I do have, my uncle is a cop on my dad's side, and then I have an uncle who's a cop on my mother's side. So on both sides of the family.
Listen, it is your civic duty.
Sure.
You have to do it.
I think it sucks.
You can't lie.
You know, Ravy, who we have doing the football picks and everything, one of my best friends, she loves jury duty. And she always brings it up that why not make it like a profession? Why not let it be where there's people who are professional jurors?
Huh.
You know, it's kind of like
there's a reason why you can't.
You know, and then just kind of get like circulated through different cases and whatnot. Because there are people who really take it that seriously. They love doing it. I think it sucks.
It was interesting, yes.
Was it?
Yeah, I mean, to I guess go through. I had not gone that far as I had gone a couple years ago down here in St. Louis. I actually got called up to the courtroom and had to sit there and.
Dude, my mom got selected.
It was kind of interesting. It was boring, but
my mom got selected for a grand jury. That blows. So it's only on Fridays that she has to report.
Mm-hmm.
But it's every Friday for 13 weeks.
Oh, that sucks. My wife got called and actually got selected for a trial. It was where a kid got burnt up in a fire.
Yeah.
And I guess the family was suing this like rent-to-own kind of company. And they were showing like pictures of the kid and stuff like that. And
now, is this before or after you guys had kids?
Way before.
Okay. Because now, as like a mother, they probably wouldn't have selected her. They probably wouldn't select anybody who's got kids because they're going to be automatically more sympathetic to people who do have kids because they're going to, you know, they're going to substitute Now, what if that was my child in the situation, and then the lawyers for the defense would never love that.
So she legit had like a meltdown there, and they dismissed her.
Yeah.
She had gotten that far, though.
So this 29-year-old dude in Florida, he tried to get himself out of jury duty by trying to Facebook friend the defendant, and it worked. But after getting kicked off the jury, he bragged about it on his Facebook page. Quote, "Score, I got dismissed." Apparently, they frown upon sending a friend request to the defendant. Ha ha.
A dumbass.
One person who didn't think this was so funny was the judge in the case. She gave him a 3-day jail sentence for contempt of court, saying, quote, "I cannot think of a more insidious threat to the erosion of democracy than citizens who do not care." Silver lining, he did get out of the jury duty.
3 days in jail, though.
Yeah, no
Dumbass.
kidding. Yeah, that sucks.
Sucks for who? Sucks for him?
Well, I mean, he was stupid, but I'm saying, what's worse? I mean, sitting on a
He
jury.
doesn't get a that sucks for that.
No, I'm saying that sucks. I mean, you would have been scot-free if you just hadn't posted something on your stupid Facebook going,
That's more of a fail than anything else.
They don't rub it in their face.
I got out. Perfect plan.
Yeah,
Worked.
Yeah, stupid.
Had to brag about it. Go to the Facebooks. And now you're thrown in jail.
I got some other Facebook stuff too for you after the break. So, for the Facebookers out there, Facebook's new content guide was leaked last week. And this is the guide that the Facebook employees use to decide which photos and posts to censor and remove. And so I got some highlights of what they will and will not censor. It's pretty amusing. Like, they sit in a room and they come up with these guidelines about what you can or cannot post on
So
Facebook.
it's one of those things where, all right, anybody can post a picture, but if it's over whatever line it is,
right,
remove it.
Yeah, we'll have those for you after the break. Phones are open at 314-969-DUDE, 314-969-3833. Send a text over to 48258. Emails over to whatitdo@1057thepoint.com. If you missed anything so far on the show today, including the conversation, man, just when you thought pajama pants were Hooge, for the Hoosier out there who thinks that's just not high fashion Hooge enough, come the nude stretch pants. You got to see these.
And
if you go
all the right ladies are wearing them.
If you go to 1057thepoint.com/war, click on today's show blog. That's up there. The Hoosier news that we had earlier. The headline Hoosier from today. The That Sucks stories. Everything you missed so far, including today's full show podcast for the first couple hours of the show. If you're just tuning in now, all up there for you at 1057thepoint.com/war. But we'll take the quick break. We'll do the traffic and weather, and then we'll read you some of these new Facebook guidelines for what they will and will not censor. The content guide. The new content guide that was leaked last week. The details coming up next here with Woody and Rizz. I'm just looking at the blog page. What's the most popular thing on the blog so far this morning?
It's the nude stretch pants?
It's the Hoosier high fashion.
Yeah.
Yes, the nude stretch pants. The Lowe's cashier is the most popular of those pictures, and then
you know why? Because people love looking at accidents.
Yeah, and then after that
Train wrecks.
is the headline Hoosier story from today about the chicks who were flashing their boobies trying to get free beer money. They were out of money, so they figured, we'll just walk around the bar and offer to flash our boobs for beer money.
Any takers?
Not one person. So if you're wondering how ugly does a bitch got to be for no one to buy her a beer after flashing her boobs, go to the blog, 1057thepoint.com/war. It's up there.
No thanks.
It's Hooge-tastic. Hooge-tastic stuff up there today. All right, so we told you before the break, for all you Facebookers out there, Facebook's new content guide was leaked last week. That's the guide they use to decide which photos and posts to censor and remove. So we got the highlights of what they will and won't censor. It's kind of funny. I mean, they had to get into a room and really hash all this out.
Well, you have to think of every kind of situation with all the pictures that are posted up there.
Sure.
Need to be rules and regulations.
So some highlights here. Number 1, foreplay, like kissing and groping, will not be censored. Even, quote, for same-sex individuals, but actual sexual activity will be censored, obviously. Number 2, photos that show a side-by-side comparison between a person and an animal will be censored. So, like Sarah Jessica Parker.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
In an A-B situation with a horse. That will be censored. Which, come on, why? I don't understand why.
A picture of Wilford Brimley and a walrus.
Right. But I don't understand why. I mean,
it's mean-spirited.
There's a lot of mean stuff on Facebook. Anybody ever go on Facebook? Don't you think that's more interesting than anything else? Like, hey, check this out. Maybe they're considering that's some form of bullying, and they don't want to be.
That's probably
to it. Number 3, Photoshopped images might be censored. So if the photoshopping portrays the person in a negative light, the photo will be removed. But if the photoshopping portrays the person in a positive or neutral way, then they'll say the photo can stay up there.
That's all arbitrary, though.
Yeah. I mean, who's to say?
Yeah.
You know, what's beautiful to one person may be ugly to another. Now, this one, I've seen a ton on Facebook before. I thought this is what Facebook was all about. Number 4, for those of you who went to Mardi Gras, maybe you'll be learning why some of your pictures didn't make it up on Facebook from this weekend.
Or if you went to Mardi Gras, maybe you'll be happy about this.
Yeah. Number 4 on Facebook's new content guide about what they will or will not censor. Number 4, images of drunk or unconscious people with stuff drawn on their face will be censored. Now, again, I've seen that a number of times.
I mean, listen, if you're the guy that passes out at the party and somebody writes, "I like penis,"
right,
on your forehead, you're in luck.
Got a donger on your face.
You're in luck.
I mean,
it's not going on Facebook.
Hey, and if you see that your picture is up there, you can always report it, and I guess they'll take it down. Mm-hmm. Graphic photos of dead animals will be censored unless the photo are in the question or the context of food preparation or, quote, hunting as it occurs in nature, like a lion eating a zebra or something. So graphic photos of dead animals will be censored. So I'm imagining that's a lot of hunting photos.
Well, unless it occurs in nature.
No. They're saying like Mother Nature, like a lion eating a zebra, like National Geographic type stuff.
So if I shot, the 13-point buck, and I'm, there with my rifle and I'm lifting up the head.
Yeah, they could censor that.
They could say no?
Yeah, they could censor that.
Oh, that's BS.
They said unless it's in the context of food prep. So I guess if you're in the process of grinding up your deer, make a little deer jerky or whatever, cutting it up. Number 6, works of art showing nudity will not be censored, but any kind of even cartoon nudity will be removed. So any actual nudity or cartoon nudity will be removed, but if it's a, quote, work of art. So I'm imagining, because they always say, like, I forget what it's called every year, but you know how, like, in New York City, they have, like, those nude days where, like, just a bunch of naked people get on the subway, or they have, like, a bunch of naked people in a park that are all...
Or you ever see those big pictures of...
the naked bike rides?
Spencer Tunick is the guy that gets all those people down on different, like, beaches or different
same type
scenes,
of thing.
and everybody's naked.
I think that's what I'm thinking of, yeah. So I guess that won't be removed.
But if you like the anime porn...
Yep, can't put that up there.
People are into that, man. I don't know why, but
which is
can't
weird.
Put it up there.
Like when Marge Simpson I think Marge Simpson had a spread in Playboy.
Oh, yeah.
A bunch of weird nerds join to that. It's gross. Number 7, Facebook's new content guide. What they will or will not censor. Number 7 is adult love toys. They might be censored. I mean, if they're in the context of sexual activity, they're gone. But if you're just like, holding a vibrator, that's okay. Yeah, no problem with that.
But you just can't be using the vibrator for...
It's a massager for your hoo-hoo.
Right.
Yeah. You can't be using it for sexual purposes.
Number 8, bodily fluids will not be censored. So vomit, snot, earwax, and anything in the toilet are probably all clear, but not if you post a photo of someone in the act of actually releasing the body fluid. So you can't have a picture of somebody peeing or taking a dump or
actually barfing.
Or even vomiting, which is, again, something I know I've seen on Facebook before. On a video or whatever.
Yeah.
We'll post these lists up on the blog today so you can have a little guideline.
Okay, so semen is okay then?
No.
Because bodily fluids will not be censored.
No. Well, I mean, I guess if there's a puddle of jizz just sitting there on a table,
that's okay.
That's probably okay. But you can't
in the act of.
You can't show somebody releasing a ribbon.
Yes.
That would be against the rules. Number 9. Photos of poaching endangered animals will be censored, and it will be reported. So not only are they going to take your photo off Facebook, they're also going to report you, and you're going to get busted.
Like, here's me in Africa poaching an elephant for, their ivory tusk.
And hey, Patrico, this one's for you today, buddy. Because he literally just came in here. He goes, man, I didn't think I'd ever be asking this question in my professional career. And your question was what?
Is it okay if I post a camel toe on today's blog?
Number 10, and finally, photos of, quote, blatant depiction of camel toes and moose knuckles will be censored. And
what
there you
kind
have
of
it.
fascist regime is over there at Facebook?
Yeah, photos
No moose
of
knuckles?
blatant depiction of camel toes and moose knuckles will be censored. I'm just trying to picture the meeting where they're all sitting around. And anybody got anything else? And then somebody goes, yes, I'm thinking any blatant depiction of camel toes and moose knuckles.
Back. Moose knuckles? Yeah, that should be on the list.
Yeah,
yes, moose knuckles.
All in favor say aye. Yeah. We'll post the complete list up on today's show blog, 1057thepoint.com/war.
Puddles of semen? Yeah, that's okay.
Only if it's on the table, not being shot. Yeah, we see some people texting over saying, well, I put this kind of picture up on my Facebook page and it's still up there. This is Facebook's newest content guidelines, okay? So I don't even know when these go into effect, but it just got leaked last week. It wasn't even supposed to be out to the public, but, this is like their newest set of guidelines for Facebook photos. So if it's up right now, fine. But all I'm saying is don't be surprised if you have a photo like that and it gets taken down. This is what they're doing.
Is it one of those things where they're not looking at every picture? It's if somebody reports your picture.
Oh, God. Did you see this camel toe? Oh, my God. Oh, that's the biggest camel toe I've ever seen.
The one you just put up?
Oh, God. You got to go to the blog.
You can't unsee that.
This is the one that you wanted to put up on the blog that he was asking about.
You got to go to the blog. There's the first thing when you click on the blog, there's a big Facebook logo.
There's
just click on that. And then look at number 10 when it talks about camel toes and moose knuckles.
Yeah.
It is
all right, so you click on the header that says Facebook news, jury duty, excuse, and guidelines. That's a weird headline, by the way. Okay. And you scroll down. Oh, there's a picture of Sarah Jessica Parker next to a horse.
Can't have that.
There's a picture of a chick who's gotten completely drawn all over, passed out drunk. That. Can't do that. Here's a woman that pukes on herself at a wedding. Can't show that. And finally, number 10. Look at this big bitch.
That beauty queen in pink.
Holy crap.
Look at that camel toe. Jesus.
Yeah, okay, so she's so fat, she's got like all these different layers of just belly roll fat, right?
Oh, God.
Until you get to down where like the fupa area is, okay? The best way to describe it on the radio, you know how like you look at somebody's house and like they have like the roof line, all goes in one direction, and all of a sudden, like maybe over the garage, all of a sudden it changes to the complete opposite direction.
Yeah, the garage port. Yeah.
She's got now 2 rolls, but it's going from top to bottom as opposed from left to right.
Yeah.
God, she's so sexy.
So from horizontal, we've gone vertical.
It looks like a Muppet's mouth. It's ridiculous.
I'm trying to wash that image from my head. I can't.
If you put a couple,
like a Muppet's mouth.
Doesn't it? If you put a couple of those big googly plastic eyes on it.
Oh man, it's disgusting. But
well, if you look at it from the side,
yeah.
Check out my camel toe.
Yeah, 1057thepoint.com/war.
what do you think that smells like?
You want to see the world's biggest camel toe? Click on that. Click on that one that says Facebook News, Jury Duty, Excuse, and Guidelines.
If we're to hold up a ruler to that, that's got to be at least like a foot-long camel toe. Wouldn't you say?
Oh, Jesus.
When all is said and done, at least a foot long.
At least 9 inches, if not a foot.
Jesus.
You're absolutely right. That is brutal. 1057thepoint.com/war. It's up there.
636, isn't it against our freedom of speech to censor our personal pictures? Not if you're doing it on somebody else's site.
I mean, if you want to get your own website and do it,
feel free to do whatever you want.
All day. But if it's on Facebook, I mean, it's Facebook's thing, you know?
It's not yours.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, dumbass contest time. We've got some, let's see, what do we got to give away today? Oh, copies of UFC Undisputed 3 for your Xbox 360 or the PlayStation 3. So it's the best-selling MMA game ever. It's UFC Undisputed 3. It's a must-have if you're a UFC fan. The visuals are supposed to be awesome. Over 150 UFC fighters, incredible online fighting. You can get yours for your PlayStation 3 or Xbox 360, rated T for teen, if you're the winner of today's dumbass contest. Or we can get you hooked up with tickets. It's just kind of a fight week. HBO Boxing After Dark, broadcasting live on HBO this Saturday night from the Scott Trade Center, headlined by St. Louis native Devon Alexander.
Devon Alexander, yes. Very popular fighter.
Is it Devon or Devon?
Devon.
Devon Alexander, the great, right? Mm-hmm. Not a boxing fan, obviously. But it's just a fight kind of week. If you want to win those tickets, today's dumbass contest is Made Up or Mobster. Yeah! This is one of our newer games. This is actually a creation of Mr. Tony Patrico.
I applaud that.
Yeah, how about that? He came up with something useful. Made up or mobster. So what we're going to do is we're going to give you a mobster name. You got to tell us, is it a real-life mobster name? Is this a real-life made mob guy? Mm-hmm. Or is it just a name that we made up? 314-969-DUDE if you want to call up to play. 314-969-3833. 314-969-DUDE. We're going to play Made Up or Mobster for your either fighting video game or your tickets to go see the fight on Saturday, HBO's Boxing After Dark at the Scott Trade Center. Next with the Dumbass Contest. All right, ladies and gentlemen, time for today's Dumbass Contest. Today's Dumbass Contest is Made Up or Mobster. Yeah! All right. Rizz, explain to the fine folks how today's contest works.
So I'll read you a name. Is the name a made-up name or is it an actual mobster name? That's it.
Made up
name or an actual mobster name?
Mobster.
2 out of 3 right, you get the prize.
314-969-DUDE. 314-969-3833. All right, let's go to the phones. Rizz, pick a line there, please.
Let's go to Kyle on line 1 in Overland.
All right. Hey, Kyle, are you there?
Yes, sir. How's it going?
Hey,
We're doing
Kyle.
fantastic. You ready to play Made Up or Mobster?
I am.
All right. Made Up or Mobster. Again, we're going to give you the name. You just got to get 2 out of 3 right in order to win. We've got copies of UFC Undisputed 3 for your Xbox or PlayStation, or you can win tickets to HBO's Fight Night, which is coming up on Saturday at the Scott Trade Center. It's HBO's Boxing After Dark this Saturday, okay?
All right.
All right, man, here we go.
Kyle, here is your first name. Meatball Bellatoni.
I'm going to go with Made Up.
Ooh.
That is a real mob name.
That is a real
Meatball
mob
Bellatoni.
guy. Yep. All right, man, you got to rally for these next 2.
Your next name is Pete De Pepperoni.
Pete De Pepperoni, is that made up or a mobster name?
I'm going to go with Made Up again.
It is
All right,
made up.
that is indeed made up.
All right.
He's your
He's got to get this one right in order to win.
last
right.
name here, Burger Reynolds.
Burger Reynolds, is that made up or a real-life mobster name?
Real life.
It is a real-life
All
mobster
right,
name.
yeah.
Awesome.
Hey, congratulations.
Burger Reynolds is real.
Check you out. All right, man, congratulations. What do you want? Do you want the HBO Boxing After Dark tickets, or do you want the UFC Undisputed 3 game?
I'm going to go with the UFC Undisputed.
All right, man, courtesy of Steve Manballs Masters. Hang on 1 second. You and your crappy phone. World's worst phone there.
Wait, is it his phone or our phone system?
No, that was his phone. Mana. All right, so Rizz, you want to get another one here?
Yeah, let's do David in South County, line 4.
Hey, David, we're gonna do you.
You ready to be done?
You ready to be done? All right, you ready to play?
Yes, ma'am.
That's another crappy phone. What the hell's going on? All right, made up or mobster?
And your first name is Vinny Carwash.
Made Up.
I'm gonna be a made man.
Nah, that's a real mobster. You're 0 for 1.
All right, David, your next name is Oatmeal Jasper.
Oatmeal Jasper, is that a real mob name or is it made up?
I'll say that's Made Up also.
You think it's what?
Made Up.
Made up?
Forget about it.
Forget
Yeah,
about
it is made up. Last name here, David Lou the Barber Tonzarelli.
That's a mobster.
You know what?
Forget about it.
Nah,
Yeah, it's made up.
made up name. Sorry.
Yep, sorry, dude. We tried to get another one, didn't we?
Yeah.
Let's go to Kirk in Granite City. Hey, good morning, Kirk.
What it do?
Now, there's a phone. There's a phone that works right there. All right, so is it a made man or a mobster? Let's play.
Junior Lollipops.
Junior Lollipops. Is it a made-up name or a real mob name?
Made Up.
I'm gonna be a made man.
That's
That
a
is
real mob name. So you were wrong there.
Your next name is Tiny Fridge Magnets.
Tiny Fridge Magnets. Is that a real mobster name or a made-up mobster name?
I want to go with Made Up.
Made up.
Forget about it.
All right.
All right.
He's got that one.
Tiny Fridge Magnets. All right, and your last name here is Little Dennis the Beard.
Go with Real.
He's saying real mob name.
I'm gonna be a made man.
And it's a real mob name.
Yeah, there it is.
All right, congratulations, dude.
Little
You're a
Dennis
winner.
The Beard is real.
All right, so what do you want? You want a copy of UFC Undisputed 3 or tickets for HBO's Boxing After Dark event this Saturday at the Scott Trade Center?
UFC Undisputed.
All right, UFC 3. It's Undisputed 3 for your Xbox 360 or the PlayStation 3, courtesy of Steve Man-Balls Masters. Congratulations.
TPNT HD1 Collinsville, St. Louis. Woody and Rizzuto. Powered by Hot Shots. Now with 35-cent wings Tuesday nights on 105.7 The Point.
It's a hell of a game. We love that game.
Yeah, that's how that's done.
Riz can't read one of those stories about like a big mob bus going down without just losing it over there.
The best name, though, is Tiny Fridge Magnets.
Yeah, but that was a fake one. Like, it's the real one.
Vinny Car Wash, I think, had me rolling. Hey, Vinny Car Wash.
Yeah, tickets, by the way, for HBO's Boxing After Dark event are on sale now. Just go to 1057thepoint.com for all the information. Crap on Celebrities coming up next. We'll find out what's going on there. Plus, of course, the world-famous porno birthday. All after on 105.7 The Point, everything alternative, Woody and Rizz. We're going to be out at the Mattress Source location, their brand new store in Ellisville on Saturday from noon to 2, where obviously you can get a really great deal on a mattress. We're talking some of the best deals in recent memory just because they're got that grand opening celebration going on. But, you know, these drive-by whoring beds that we talk about, and so many people have gotten these drive-by whoring beds since we've introduced them earlier last year.
Albers is the most popular.
We're going to be giving away a total drive-by whoring setup. So it's going to be your choice, queen or a king-size mattress. The mattress of the drive-by whoring of your choice. So the Lenabers, the Katie, the Darlene, whichever one you prefer. It'll come with free delivery, a free box spring, free sheets, 2 free memory foam pillows, the whole setup if you're our winner. We're only going to get 105 people registered to win this thing. But the wrinkle is you got to be present to win on Saturday. We're going to do the drawing at 1 o'clock on Saturday. So if you already have plans and you know you're not going to be able to make it there, don't even bother trying to register to win this thing. But like I said, of the 105 people that we get registered, how many people actually show up? Probably 60, maybe.
Yeah, hopefully half.
You know, so a 1 in 60 chance, especially if you already need a new mattress and you're there, they're going to make a really special offer to the people who didn't win. The best price ever on a drive-by whoring mattress that day only while we're there until 2 o'clock. So either way, you can get a really fat deal on a new mattress that you need anyway, or you could be the lucky person that walks away with a brand new setup on a drive-by whoring mattress.
What did you say, king or queen?
Yeah, your choice.
It's huge.
Yeah, your choice. Even if
once you get a king-size mattress,
you never go back.
That is a game changer.
It really is.
I got my first king-size from Mattress Source.
It's the best.
Oof-ah.
So if you want to get registered to win, here's what we need you to do. Just text the word BED, B-E-D, over to 48258. And not only will you be somebody, because what's going to happen at the end of the show today, 21 names will get, or 21 phone numbers in this case, will get spit out to us. And then those people will be contacted saying, hey, make sure you show up on Saturday. You're one of the 21 people today that are selected. We'll do this tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So a total of 105 people for the week. Hopefully those people show up. And, one of those people will be leaving with a complete bed setup.
Oh, definitely somebody will be.
Maybe you. I'm saying the very least, you can get a great deal on a new bed, plus some other point prizes and stuff that we'll be drawing from the people that show up on Saturday. If you need the directions, a link will also be in that text message that you get back from us when you enter to win. So, again, just text the word BED, B-E-D, over to 48258. That's BED, over to 48258, and hopefully we'll see you on Saturday.
Noon to 2.
Yeah, the new location's at 29 Clarkson Road in Ellisville, and we'll be there from noon to 2. BED, B-E-D, over to 48258. Time now for your Crap on Celebrities.
Woody and Rizzuto.
And now, Crap on Celebrities.
All right, let's find out what's going on in the world of music and entertainment.
And your Crap on Celebrities is sponsored by Charter Communications. Call 1-888-GET-CHARTER. So sad news to report for those of you who like your ladies a bit thicker. There is more than likely not an Adele sex tape out there. She's got her lawyers denying the existence of any such tape and threatening to go after that French magazine that started this whole story. They say any allegations of a sex tape are, quote, untrue and grossly defamatory and 100% false.
Oh, well.
Well, so this French magazine put on their cover a picture of Adele, and next to that was a picture from this supposed sex tape. And it was two fat chicks that kind of looked alike. That was their evidence. Lindsay Lohan's going to host the March 3rd episode of Saturday Night Live. This is going to be her 4th time hosting the show. She hosted back in 2004, 2005, 2006, and Lindsay's life has, wouldn't you say, been a little rocky since the last time she hosted, so it's going to be interesting to see how much she's willing to poke fun at herself. I think if she's willing to do the show, she's going to be willing to poke fun at herself.
She's typically been a good sport. Like, she did the whole like Funny or Die thing a while back, and wasn't like the MTV Awards, because she got in trouble. Like, the judge said that she wasn't taking her situation seriously or something, because she was at least being tongue-in-cheek about the whole thing.
So she'll be hosting March 3rd. Jennifer Aniston has a topless scene in her upcoming movie Wanderlust. Unfortunately, we don't get to see the goods. Now, in the movie, she's, I guess, bearing her cans to a TV camera, and she's always shown either from behind or when you see the TV footage, her cans are pixelated. Now, there's this rumor going around that Jen was finally going to be putting him out there, stop being such a prude and give up the nips, but but then she changed her mind out of respect for, I guess, her boyfriend, who's a co-star in the movie.
Justin
Theroux. But that's bogus. Her rep says that.
Saw a story this morning, big news. Jennifer Aniston and Justin Theroux, they adopted a dog.
You're kidding.
I know. That's
Good for them.
a big move to make together. Oh, and I finally made it all the way through Horrible Bosses. Wah, wah. It was okay.
That was a good movie.
It was okay at
maybe
best.
because you watched it like piecemeal.
No, man, we rewatched it. Like, we had
The
watched
whole thing?
Yeah, we rewatched like the entire movie on Saturday. We'd only watched like a part of it the other day, and then didn't have time
really
to
good.
It was
Interesting
all right.
twist at the end, and the one guy killing the other guy.
I was very overhyped. On a scale of 1 to 10, Horrible Bosses, I give it like a 5.5.
Really? That low? That's at least like a 7 or 8 in my book.
Really?
Patrico, what'd you think?
I thought it was good. I'd give it about an 8.
Yeah,
there's all the
8.
proof you need. Patrico says it's a 7 or 8.
Anyway,
weak.
Jennifer Aniston says, I guess the quote from her rep says, "The scene is how it was always supposed to be. Wanderlust will be out on Friday."
Like, she did look really good in the lingerie.
She looked really good in
like
that.
You were telling me, like, that looked good. Is it worth watching the whole movie for it? I'm sure I could have seen like the screenshots online.
Listen, I didn't watch the movie specifically for that. I like Jason Bateman and Jason Sudeikis and Charlie Day from It's Always Sunny. He was funny in that. So we still don't know for sure if Kobe Bryant and his estranged wife, are they getting divorced? Are they divorced already? Vanessa, are they getting back together? But it's starting to look that way. And TMZ says that Kobe went back to one of his classic moves by buying a very expensive piece of jewelry for her. Now, do you remember, when did this happen? Like 10 years ago, when Kobe Bryant got accused of raping that 19-year-old chick in Colorado.
He bought her a giant ring, and then she forgot all about it.
Kobe brought Vanessa a $4 million ring, and everything was cool. So TMZ also says that Kobe has been aggressively pursuing Vanessa and promising that he's never going to be unfaithful again if she takes him back. I'm sure he made that same promise.
I'll never be unfaithful again.
Pick out whatever you like. And this would make Patrico's vagina tingle here. Simon Cowell has a pretty interesting idea. And it could be huge if this actually happens. It'd be a face-off between all the winners of the various singing competition shows. So here's what Simon Cowell tweeted over the weekend. Quote, "Maybe the winner of X Factor this year should compete with the winner of The Voice and American Idol in a super finale."
Hey, Patrico, rip, right?
Just a thought, I'd be up for it.
It's a pretty smooth idea.
He can't even stand up right now.
No response from the people behind The Voice, but the producer of American Idol, he says, quote, "The problem is the Idol winner would be a star by then. Different seasons, different times they're on. How do you keep it fair?"
Yeah.
But
what do you think, Patrico? You'd be the one to care about this. Are you still even watching American Idol?
Yeah, I'm watching American Idol, and
The Voice.
To be honest with you, the winners between the three, I could really give a crap about. Like American Idol, those are the people that go big. Like the winner of The Voice, I don't even know what the hell his name was from last year.
Well, you didn't watch The Voice.
Yeah, I did. I watched The Voice. I watch X Factor. I watch all that stuff.
And you wonder why I don't take his opinion when it comes to movies.
Who won American Idol last year?
Scotty McCreery, that guy that sang the national anthem and said "No Jose."
No, that's right.
Yeah, he was the winner last year.
I tell you what, I will watch America's Got Talent. At least the
Howard
first
Stern
couple
on
episodes,
Yeah.
See if I'm into it. Apparently, he did his first taping on Friday.
That's only because of Howard Stern.
It was pretty good. Well, that's the only reason.
Yeah.
And finally, Ludacris is starring in a new movie called Parking Lot Pimpin'. Now, he's playing a young man who, following a nasty breakup, teams up with his slick buddy for a night on the town where he learns the art of parking lot pimping.
I think I heard about this. Tell me if I'm right on this. The guy, his buddy in this movie, is Steve Urkel. Is that what
Jaleel White?
Jaleel White.
Urkel from Family Matters is I don't know if he's, you know what? I don't know if he's co-starring, but he's co-writing it.
Oh, okay,
for sure.
so he's not in it?
co-writing it.
Oh, okay. I thought that was the dude he was like parking lot pimping with in the movie.
Co-writing it.
All right.
In case you didn't know, parking lot pimping is basically putting on your game to hook up with someone after the clubs close in the parking lot.
Oh, yeah.
So now, you know. Weekend box office numbers through Sunday. Denzel Washington's Safe House has made $24 million, only about $500,000 more than The Vow, and just $2 million ahead of that new Ghost Rider sequel. So we're not going to know the official tallies until tomorrow. Like it matters really to people like you and me, but still,
yeah, we don't get a cut of the movie. What do we care?
Journey to the Mysterious Island was number 4, and This Means War rounds out the top 5 movies this weekend. And on TV tonight on CBS, 2.5 Men, How I Met Your Mother, Mike and Molly, and Hawaii Five-0, The Voice and Smash on NBC, House and Alcatraz on Fox, and The Bachelor on ABC.
Your crappy birthdays: Rihanna is 24, the round mound of rebound Charles Barkley is 49, Cindy Crawford is 46, Sidney Poitier is 85.
Very important actor.
Justin Verlander from the Tigers, the pitcher, he won the American League Cy Young and the MVP awards last year. He's 29. Sandy Duncan is 66. French Stewart, who's that weirdo guy from Third Rock from the Sun, he's 48. And Ivana Trump is 63. Your porno birthday being brought to you by Patricia's. It's where fun and fantasy meet. Visit them online at Patricia's with an S, storeswithaS.com. And today's porno birthday is Serena. Today's birthday girl, she's taking more shots to the face than Lincoln. In 100, get it to President's Day thing. In 181 fine films, including Getting Off, Anal Annie and the Backdoor Housewives, Honey Throat, Lust at First Bite, and who can forget her unforgettable role in Wine Me, Dine Me, 69 Me. Serena is 61, and that's your porno birthday being brought to you by Patricia's, where fun and fantasy meet. Your crappy birthdays, and that is your crap on celebrities.
Wishing you a happy President's Day. Don't forget to celebrate your presidents. Woo-hoo presidents. The Point.
Somebody texting over here from the 314. How about issuing a first ever February swamp ass alert? My leather seats were hot as hell yesterday. All right.
This is a swamp ass alert.
Well, that was pretty cool yesterday.
I mean, if you got leather seats and the sun's beating down into your truck or whatever, I mean, hey, listen, if you're working hard, you know,
swamp ass could occur at any time.
That's what we are saying. You know, it doesn't have to be necessarily summer and 1,000 degrees outside, but
yeah, it could happen at any time.
And this is actually a very first here on the show, a February swamp ass alert.
Yeah, okay.
It has been issued.
If he says so.
You ask. It's like a Radio Shack. You've got questions, we have answers.
We're full service here.
You ask for a swamp ass alert, we got it. It's Woody and Rizz, ready to do some discount news. And today's discount news all has to do with Crunkin.
Oh, yeah. We gonna do some news.
You know, on account of Mardi Gras yesterday.
Yeah, sure.
Figured it'd be appropriate to have some drinking stories in the news.
So last week, these 2 chicks from Philly were finally sentenced and sent to prison for something that went down actually back in 2010.
Of course they're from Philadelphia. Philadelphia is so disgusting.
Not a huge fan of that city?
You know what? Philadelphia has some nice things, some really good restaurants.
The cheesesteaks.
And whatnot. However, the people of Philadelphia, I remember Scott Rowland, I did an interview with him one time, and he told me, I said, hey, this is right when he got to the Cardinals from the Phillies. And, you know, it was kind of a rocky time there in Philadelphia for Scott Rowland. And he said, dude, all I can say about Philadelphia is if you look at the evolutionary chart of man, people in Philadelphia fall in right about where man develops a vertebrae.
So, right, like...
And it's so true.
Right before Neanderthal?
Yeah, and it's so true. I mean, listen, I grew up in Jersey, which you could say what you want about Jersey, okay? But I grew up about halfway in between New York and Philadelphia, a little closer to I was like 45 minutes from New York, a little further from Philly, you know, but still close enough to where you got...
Close enough to that metro area.
Enough of an experience there, because, you know, things would happen, sporting events, or you go for dinner with family in places like in Center City or, you know, whatever. I've seen enough of Philadelphia. My sister lives in Philadelphia now, Dude, enough. It's disgusting. Of course this happened in Philly.
All right, so these two chicks had gone out to a gay and lesbian dance party at a bar, but they got thrown out for being drunk and disorderly. They punched the bouncer in the face, but that didn't satisfy their need for vengeance. So the one chick got behind the wheel of her super sweet Monte Carlo, circled the block, running over customers on the sidewalk as they were leaving the bar. She made 3 laps, hitting people every time. And then...
So because she got kicked out of the bar, now she's just running over random people as they're leaving the bar.
Then they switched.
That makes sense.
And the other chick took a turn behind the wheel and then went for a 4th lap. And this time, the person they hit was killed. Combined, they hit 6 people on their 4 laps, injuring 5, killing 1. And I think this is a light sentence for what this story was.
Bitches be crazy.
The judge sentenced them to 4 to 8 years in jail.
That's it. 4 to 8 years.
Way light of a sentence.
You know, I'm watching the show. You've been watching First Weekend?
Yeah.
Dude, some of these people that go to jail, it's really crazy. Like, there's this one guy, he got busted for stealing a Gatorade from a Walgreens.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm not saying that nothing should happen. The guy, he got sentenced to 60 days in jail. No previous criminal record. 60 days in jail.
How about the one kid who got caught with 1 ecstasy pill?
Yeah.
1 ecstasy pill. It was a passenger in a car. I guess they stole gas too, whatever. But he sat in jail too.
Yeah, but I mean, this kid, okay, so how much is a bottle of Gatorade? Let's call it $5, okay?
If that.
Okay. But just for the sake of argument. 60 days in jail, and the only thing I can think of, no previous criminal past. Now, should something happen to him, should be on probation or whatever? Sure.
Yes.
Absolutely. Pay some kind of fine, move on, all right? All I could think about was somebody like Lindsay Lohan, who constantly just spits in the face of the sentencing that she gets and just keeps getting in trouble, the shoplifting, everything. She gets sentenced to 60 days in jail. And this kid was in San Diego, too, that stole the Gatorade. So they're always saying, oh, California prisons, you're only going to do a couple hours based on overcrowding. They left this kid in there for the full 60 days. Meanwhile, Lindsay Lohan gets sentenced to 90 days and does all of like 12 minutes before she gets released. I mean, it could drive you crazy, some of these things. And then you got legitimate stuff like
these two bitches.
These crazy whores running people over as they're leaving a bar.
1 person killed, 5 people injured.
Yeah.
4 to 8 years in jail.
I could see if like there were some injuries, you know, and it was like 1 or 2 people, maybe 4 to 8 years.
Somebody died.
And it's 4 to 8 years? Get the hell out of here.
All right, this would be a little more lighthearted. If there's a more all-American fantasy than a pretty girl from Texas wearing nothing but cowboy boots, I'd like to hear it.
You said pretty girl, though, Riz.
Right, but and then there's this story. So at 3 in the morning...
It's not fair to set it up that way.
But okay, that is an all-American fantasy, though. Maybe that has nothing to do with the story. But at 3 in the morning on Sunday, cops in Texas got a call about this 18-year-old girl named Taylor Burnham, who was standing in the street next to her super sweet Jeep Wrangler wearing nothing but cowboy boots.
So naked 18-year-old chick wearing nothing but cowboy
there
boots.
on the street. Cops got there. Taylor got into the Jeep, took off on a low-speed chase that never cracked 30 miles an hour. Cops followed her into a neighborhood where she drove up into a sidewalk, came to a stop. Now, they managed to cover her up before they had her perform the sobriety test. And guess what? Did she pass?
Hell no.
She failed them miserably. And they charged her with drunk driving and evading arrest. Nothing for the public nudity, though. Now, you could see her mugshot on today's show blog.
Yeah, here's a warning, not to discourage you, but it's not as hot as you were hoping for. If you want to see what this chick looks like, this is the chick, 18 years old, naked, wearing nothing but cowboy boots, who got busted for a DUI. We'll put the blog up for you, 1057thepoint.com/war. And you'll find it. Did you post it already? It's up there?
Yep, it's up there right now.
All right, maybe that was just a little tease at the beginning there. You know, the all-American fantasy, pretty girl in Texas wearing nothing but cowboy boots. But
yeah,
that was just to draw you in. And then reality.
If you want to see what we're really talking about here, it's kind of like how you have to see what was the one we had earlier? The
2 women at the bar flashing patrons for beer money because they ran out.
Yep. Yeah, we'll get to that more in your headline, Hoosh. We got that up there for you.
99% of the stories like that. With somebody taking out their cans or they're naked on the street. 99%.
1057thepoint.com/war.
Not women you want to see naked.
The other thing we have on there for you today that you must see, as far as like a visual that really helps paint the picture accurately, is the nude stretch pants thing that we were talking about. The Hoosier high fashion, which is just not enough to wear the pajama pants anymore. Now you got to wear these stretch pants that make it look like you're naked from the waist down. And there was like this woman, she's a Lowe's cashier. She was wearing, there's like 5 different pictures up there. But if you go to the blog, you can see them all. 1057thepoint.com/war. It's really unfortunate.
And the one woman with the camel toe.
Oh, God, the world's biggest camel toe.
Yeah, that's up there as well.
Yep.
Just a banner day for hot chicks on our blog.
Yeah, the Hoosier high fashion, the nude stretch pants, that's its own blog entry. If you want to see the world's biggest camel toe, that's under the heading of Facebook news, jury duty, excuse, and censorship. It was part of this whole Facebook thing of different things they won't allow you to post on Facebook anymore.
And somebody brought up a good way to describe the camel toe. Her butt crack doesn't end at her beehole.
No,
it goes all the way up.
It's like a full half circle. It goes from like her belly button all the way up to like the top of her ass
to
crack
where
on the
her
other
ass
way.
crack
Yes.
should actually be.
I mean, it's the world's biggest camel toe. 1057thepoint.com/war.
And finally, for your discount news, a Woody and Rizz Mother of the Year nominee. This mom from Montana was so drunk that her 9-year-old daughter jumped out of her moving car just to get away from her. Luckily, this girl wasn't hurt and ran into a convenience store and told the cashier about her mom. Now, they called the cops, tracked mom down, arrested her. So how crunked up was she? Her blood alcohol level was more than 3 times the legal limit, thanks to the 18-pack of beer she polished off by herself. Also, not her first run-in with the law. This would be her 4th DUI.
She might have a drinking problem.
Might have a drinking problem.
Maybe. I don't want to speak without having that confirmed.
Might have a drinking problem.
Dude, how crazy must it be that you're willing to jump out of the moving car?
Tuck and roll.
Like, you think that you're better off. You think that it's a safer bet to jump out of a moving car
than be in the car with your mom.
Than to hang out with this drunk-ass bitch.
Woody and Rizzuto.
Folks, this next song is so old. Every time we play it, vultures circle the radio station.
Patrico, no doubt, screws up your sports coming up next. And again, if you want to see any of those pictures, the naked 18-year-old chick got busted for DUI. Again, not as hot as you think. 1057thepoint.com/war. Also, the Hoosier high fashion, the nude stretch pants. Those pictures are up for you. And then the world's biggest camel toe under our Facebook conversation from earlier, which actually might come in handy for those of you wondering why some of your pictures gotten taken down from Facebook. Their new policies and what they will and won't allow. You know, today would have been Kurt Cobain's birthday.
But because he died.
Right. It's the celebration of his birthday. People were begging us on the Twitter today. One person in particular that was like, you guys are disrespectful. I haven't heard one Nirvana song.
Shut up.
Come on. Give me a break. It's not Elvis. Even if it was Elvis, who cares? You know? It wouldn't have been his birthday.
I've already seen a bunch of posts on like Facebook and stuff that are like, the man who changed music as we know it.
You know what? You could celebrate his life on your own by putting in that Nevermind record.
And I love people that say a man that,
Put on that CD in your
tragically died. No, he took his own life. He didn't tragically die. He killed himself.
1057thepoint.com/war. A lot of people texting over after they got a look at that chick, the 18-year-old girl in Texas who was busted for a DUI. She was completely naked except for the cowboy boots that she was wearing. People saying, man, she is butt ugly. I'll tell you, after watching it, I'm not sure if you guys were fans of Dawson's Creek. If you ever watched Dawson's Creek.
I know of the show. I've seen it a couple times.
She kind of looks like... Remember that episode with, what's her name? The chick that was with Heath Ledger.
Michelle Williams.
Oh, yeah.
She looks like a busted Michelle Williams if Michelle Williams had been gang raped by everybody on Dawson's Creek. Doesn't
right. You're really right.
Here, let me bring the picture up one more time.
Now,
right, look, on a very special Dawson's Creek.
Yeah.
She gets tossed around and left in the creek.
Yeah, seriously.
Riz, question though, you're the cop. When you pull up, even though it's that chick, don't you go, oh, this is awesome?
Of course I do.
Even though it's that chick, you go, oh man, this is great.
Just not what you're expecting
I would for
at
sure.
all.
Naked chick.
If she was standing there in just cowboy boots, I'd go, great day.
Sweet, an of-age chick, naked in just cowboy boots, regardless of what she looks like.
Yep.
Yeah.
Unless it's camel toe broad.
18-year-old girl driving drunk and wearing nothing but cowboy boots. The post is up there. Just scroll down past the police car picture, and you'll see her.
Mm-hmm. Oh, God.
Yeah.
It really does look like a Hoosier crying Michelle Williams.
It really does look like a busted, and not like a Michelle Williams from today, like Michelle Williams from back when she was on Dawson's Creek.
Yeah, the younger one.
Yeah. And she had this look a lot because on the show, she was a total slut.
She was a train wreck on that show.
When she first moved to the creek, she was quite the whore.
So this one,
she got sent to live with her grandma, if you remember.
Is drunk,
were you a fan?
naked,
oh, yeah, back in the day.
age.
I was all about Katie Holmes, and I was about 22 years old.
Yeah.
Of course I liked it.
Drunk, naked, of age, ready to go, I'm sure. Let's do this.
You'd look at her cans.
Of course I would.
Yeah.
What kind of question is that?
Hello.
You wouldn't?
Oh, of course I would. My wife did not understand that line of thinking whatsoever when I was trying to explain it to her yesterday about how you would look at any woman's cans regardless of the situation.
Of course I would.
Yeah, like we're talking the corpse of Betty White. He would check out her boobs.
I never said anything about dead woman boobs.
You said anything. You would, if there was boobs, you would look at them.
Living.
Living now? Okay, that's the new wrinkle. That's his
Listen,
line.
I know
Living.
there's been numerous times where we've been in the office and I've pulled something up. I'd be like, oh, God, this big, giant, fat chick has her cans out. And Riz goes, let me see.
I'll look.
I never said anything about a corpse. That's just wrong.
All right, well, okay, so that's where he draws the line.
Wrong.
I guess everybody's got their line. There it is. That's Riz.
As long as there's life in them boobies, I'm looking.
If they're warm, I'm looking.
All right, here's Patrico to no doubt screw up your sports.
Don't screw this up, fatty.
And your sports is brought to you by Larry Flint's Hustler Club. $500 Hustler Honey Search happens every Wednesday night at Larry Flint's. So the Blues split their games this weekend, shutting out the Wild 4-0. That's before they headed to Chicago for yesterday's afternoon game. The Blackhawks got the best of the Blues after they headed into the third period. Blues had a 1-0 lead, but the Blackhawks scored 3 in the third. They get the 3-1 win. Team is off until Wednesday night when they take on the Bruins at the Scott Trade Center. And Wednesday night, Fandango night at the Blues game. Donnie. Mizzou got a big win against Texas A&M over the weekend, 71-62.
We should really start a campaign. If Donnie's dream is to be able to do the Let's Go Blues chant at the game.
Dude, he said it was one of his wishes that he hopes during this night he gets to at least grab the mic from that gal and scream, "Let's go Blues."
What's her name?
I have no idea.
So
gal from the Blues game.
She's nice.
She's
met her
great.
before.
We know plenty of people over there, and if anybody listening knows somebody over there who might be able to help us out with this, let's try to get Donnie. I mean, it is Donnie Fandango night. We got to throw out the first pitch when it was Woody and Rizz night at the Cardinals game.
Yeah, he's got to be able to do
that. Would be the equivalent, I would think.
Sure,
right?
We sailed the pitches.
It's all right.
Sure.
We still got to do it.
We didn't incorporate the mound. It's fine. That's another
still
story.
Got to do it.
But yeah, Donnie's got to be able to do it. I think they're going to let him. They have to.
If anybody knows anybody over there, put the word in.
Yeah,
trying to make dreams come true over here.
Maybe it'll calm him down a bit.
Does Carl down at the other station there? He still do the music?
Yeah, he does. We'll chat with Carl, the intern, who's 40. Mizzou got a big win against Texas A&M over the weekend. Still nationally ranked third in the country. Tigers will take on Kansas State and Columbia on Tuesday. It's a tough week for the Tigers. KSU on Tuesday and Kansas on Saturday. We mentioned this earlier, but it's worth mentioning again. On Friday, after the Knicks lost to the Hornets, it's the first loss since phenom Jeremy Lin started playing, and ESPN.com posted an article about the loss with this headline. Direct quote, "Chink in the armor," which, to be fair, is a common expression for when something that seemed invincible
I'm sure it wasn't
does
that
have
innocent.
a weakness. But obviously, since Jeremy Lin being Asian and that word being a racial slang for Chinese people, it was a pretty poor choice of words to be just a coincidence. And ESPN agreed, and they fired the writer, and they issued an apology. They also issued a 30-day suspension to a SportsCenter anchor who used the same phrase on air, but he kind of used it like he just blurted it out. It wasn't premeditated, what you're saying this.
Ching Chong Ling Long Ting Tong.
Oh, hello.
So if I was involved in some kind of experiment and there was the headline guinea pig, I'm like, hey, sure, you know, like it's a legit term.
Like,
but
for example, is Rizz really an athlete, or does he have any kind of basketball skill whatsoever? No, but the Knicks put him in as an experiment, and they put the headline guinea pig.
Hey,
What are you doing? Hey, get out of here.
Hey, what are you doing? Hey.
Forget about it.
yeah, hey, it's me.
Oh, man. So the SportsCenter anchor, again, not being fired, just suspended for 30 days. Finally here, MLB pitchers and catchers reported to spring training this weekend, and a couple things to report. First, if you haven't seen Yadier Molina's massive tattoo he got for winning the 2011 World Series, holy crap, you got to go to the blog, check out this thing. It is a massive tattoo. Also, big trade went down over the weekend. A.J. Burnett, he goes from the Yankees to the Pirates. Pittsburgh will will pay about $13 of the $31 million remaining from Burnett's contract.
That's fine. He was terrible on the Yankees.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Well, he's going to Pittsburgh, the
waste.
place where people get good and then see you later. So he'll either go there and just fade away, or he'll have a great year and get traded again.
636. I'm pretty sure it's a kink in the armor.
Nope.
It's
not
the
the
same.
Not right. It's a
That
chink
is
in the armor.
people say that, but
that's
they
the
screw it
politically
up.
correct
Yeah.
version of it. Now that, chink in the armor, you can't say it even if you don't mean anything about an Asian person.
Right. Even if this story was about something like a business or something, you would say chink in the armor.
Yeah.
But people steer away from it because they're afraid.
Yeah, it used to be a gook in the armor, and then they changed to chink, and now chink is unacceptable, and so now it's kink in the armor.
It was never gook in the armor.
That's what I was taught.
Also some retirements.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. It used to be a slope in the armor. My bad.
Oh my God! Outfielder Mike Cameron has announced he plans on retiring.
What?
And knuckleballer Tim Wakefield says he will be retiring after spending his last 17 years with the Boston Red Sox. I'm Patrico. That's your sports, and boom goes the Dodgers.
Hey, Lux.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, hello, Lux.
Morning.
What's going down?
Hello.
How's it going?
How was your weekend?
It was good.
I
Lots of
know you
Mardi
had
Gras
like a
stuff.
huge Saturday, being down at the parade and
Actually, this year I
Bar
didn't.
101
Yeah, I did
and-
the Bar 101 thing, and I did the after party at Girls Gone Wild, and I did the pre-party at Harrah's.
Did you see a lot of boobs this weekend?
I didn't, but
Really?
I only saw one pair of boobs, believe it or not.
One pair the whole weekend?
That's it.
You're kidding.
No. Although the funny thing is, I had a different
Even
opinion.
at a
I
Girls
thought they
Gone
were.
Wild party?
Oh yeah, I saw lots of boobs there. Forgot about that.
I was going to say, my God.
I was like, no, at the Mardi Gras, like nobody was really flashing me. But I would say that my fiance and I saw the same set of boobs.
Yeah.
I thought they were good. He thought they were not so good.
Oh, you want to hear a story about not so good boobs?
Uh-oh.
Wait till you hear today's headline hoosh.
From moonshine to meth, it's headline who.
Might be a good time to recap. Here, hold on. I'm going to bring up the picture.
I'm
don't
afraid-
show her yet.
I'm not going to show.
afraid.
I'm
afraid.
not going to show her yet. Hold on. Okay. All right, Lux. Here goes the story. So it's from St. James City, Florida. These two drunk chicks, 28-year-old Alicia Martin and 23-year-old Catherine Rainick, they're at this bar and they ran out of money. So they started walking around offering to flash their boobs for beer money. But nobody took them up on their offer, which sounds pretty strange, right? But you got to take a look at their mugshots, and then it all makes sense. Here we go. There it is.
Oh.
no.
No, I'd be all right with just walking.
And we've got the picture up on today's show blog. If you go to 1057thepoint.com/war.
Steven, I think I would say, like, here's $1 to not show me.
Yeah, so,
Yeah, right. You look. Don't
you
even.
would look.
Yeah.
I would totally look. I'm lying.
so anyway,
Who am I kidding?
other customers started telling them to stop harassing everyone. And that's when Alicia and Catherine turned violent. They shoved and punched one female employee, and then Alicia pulled a knife on a dude who tried to get them to stop. Alicia was arrested, charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and battery. Catherine was charged with disorderly conduct. Yeah, they both went to jail.
Listen, I was trying to sell the fact that they were not good looking.
I think the picture does it
Knife
enough
party.
justice right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you go to 1057thepoint.com/war, you can see the picture of our two princesses. And today's headline, who?
Beauty queens. Really. That's Miss Florida and the runner-up, right?
Yep. Yep, right there. Those are some probably big, heavy, saggy boobs right there. Both those chicks. The only reason they're perky whatsoever is because the belly is holding them up from underneath.
You're right.
Even still,
Am I
they'd
right?
probably go over.
Yeah. Once these broads lose weight,
They would cascade down the
Oh, no.
down the front of their bellies.
yeah. I mean, once these chicks lose any weight, if ever, their boobs are going to look like, wax that melted over the side of a candle and down the edge of a piece of furniture or something. Ugh.
The visual just keeps getting
Yeah.
worse and worse.
How about
Well,
that?
I'm imagining like their nipples kind of dragging on the ground behind them.
And they look like beer coasters.
They have callous nipples from them
Yes.
dragging on the ground for so long.
This is real life.
All right,
I got no
President's Day.
feeling in my nipples, see, because they've been dragging on the ground behind me for so long.
Oh, God.
Pull a Neosporin on that. You'll be
Real
fine.
life.
1057thepoint.com/war. Click on today's show blog. Besides that, here's some of the other stuff you can see up there today.
All right, so pictures that you have to check out from today's show blog. First, the new Hooge fashion trend, nude-colored stretch pants. It is something that you will never be able to unsee, but you have to see it on today's show blog. Also, you got to read the story about the mom who stole from her son while he was in Afghanistan, and check out her sexy mullet. Also, a naked 18-year-old who got a DUI wearing... Oh, God, that's real. That's real.
She's looking at nude stretch pants. This is the Lowe's
Like, here I
cashier.
am. I just want to buy a hammer and some lumber.
Yeah.
And did you notice
those are nude stretch pants?
This
Those
dude's
are like
checking me out.
Those are Caucasian-colored nude sweatpants.
Look at these. These look
on
good.
a black
On
chick.
an
though.
African American.
Wait, here we
Yes.
go.
Oh, dude, I didn't see that one.
Hey, so Deborah from Jilly's is here. She's dropping off some of the new food that they have on their menu now. Would this be appropriate? Because we were wondering, like, if you went to a Lowe's, you saw that, like, the people at Lowe's, they allow this.
Like if one of your employees came in and said, all right, I'm
is how-
showing up for work.
Yeah.
Like, here we go. Time to make the cupcakes.
Deborah, would they be sent home?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Because nobody wants to eat when you see that. Because it's not. It's kind of like the chicks offering the free boobs, or that 18-year-old girl. It's like, it's not what you'd hope for. If somebody who's going to be like, how come it can't be somebody hot wearing stuff like this? Well,
Like, you hear
there's
nude
one.
stretch
Don't
pants.
click another one.
You hear nude stretch pants. You think, oh my
There's
God, these
one.
would probably look great on a hot chick.
I thought they were
Yeah,
going to look
there's
like
another
nude
one.
Hot chicks don't
sweatpants,
wear
but they
those.
literally look like naked from the waist down.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's
Very sexy.
See, this
no
one's
pants
not
there
as
at all.
bad, but
Yeah, those
it's,
are more like olive color.
but then again, she's an
Camel
African American woman, so it obviously is not her skin color.
No.
Oh, dude.
Gross.
You can see all those
She
She
pictures
still
up
shouldn't
on,
be wearing those.
up on
No.
today's show blog. Also, you got to check out the picture of the world's biggest camel toe. It's disgusting. It's
Hold on, Lux, you want to see
Facebook
that?
has some
Today's
new
a good one.
guidelines.
Yeah.
And you have to check this out.
Now that's allowed on Facebook.
World's biggest camel toe. Seriously, it's like her ass crack goes from like the top of her ass all the way up to her belly
Yeah, like
button on
it
the
should
opposite
end at
side.
the beehole, but it doesn't.
Nope,
It keeps
sure
going.
doesn't.
So that's going to be censored.
That
No,
will
that
be
will
cen-
not-
no,
no,
that
that-
will be censored, isn't it?
Oh,
Camel toes
yeah.
will be
I thought
censored.
Camel
toe
toes
was
and
allowed.
moose knuckles are out.
Oh, that's a game changer.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
will be censored.
Also, pictures where you like draw on somebody when they're passed out drunk, those are not allowed. You can't have
Yeah.
those up there anymore.
The full list is up on the blog if you want to get caught up. Also, dumbass contest today, made man or made up.
Also not allowed on Facebook anymore. Any photos that show a side-by-side comparison between an actual person and an animal. So kind of like Sarah, what's her name?
Sarah Jessica Parker?
Jessica Parker and a horse. You can't put up a side-by-side
allowed
comparison anymore.
anymore.
Nope, not allowed.
Who's going to go to Facebook anymore?
Yeah. Also on the blog, there's a video of Granny just breaking it down to a Whitney Houston song. And we ask you guys early in the show, you need to go read up, would you suck the poison out of your dying friend's testicles?
So your friend gets bit on the nuts. We talked about this on Friday. Your friend
real
gets
life.
this is an actual story that happened. This guy was out in the Australian outback, went outside to go take a leak. He got bit by a poisonous snake right on his testy satchel. He went running into his buddy's bedroom with his pants down, asking him to suck the poison out. The friend refuses, but did agree to drive him to the hospital. We asked the listeners, what would you do in that situation? Would you be sucking the poison out of your friend's testicles?
Yeah.
Yes or no? And it was like 68% or 69%. I remember it being
Yeah,
a sexy
very
number.
sexy, very sexy.
69% said absolutely not. Sorry, dude. Love you. You're dying.
Yeah, see ya.
Not putting your testicle in my
I
mouth.
think when pressed in that situation, I think he would help the buddy out.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I think
I feel like
there's
adrenaline
more
would
people
take
that say
over.
they would do it, but then when push came to shove, wouldn't actually do it.
Now, if he bit the tip,
Oh,
There's no tip on a ball.
yeah.
disgusting.
Come on, man.
Disgusting.
1057thepoint.com/war. Tons of stuff up there for you. So, Deborah, what's real quick? Just tell us a couple of new things on this menu. She was nice enough to
over
bring some
here.
food. You know how much we love food and we love Jilly's. A couple of the new things, such as
The brisket.
you ever been to a radio station before? Talk into the microphone.
It's the Frenchie. Remember the brisket that you
Oh,
love?
yeah. From
Yeah.
the brisket bar.
Yeah.
Okay.
It has onion schmear on it. It's
Yeah, we
very
like
good.
that.
It has the crunchies on top.
Yeah, delicious.
We got a new club. We have a Greek pita. We have all kinds of good stuff.
All right, and then some of those new cupcakes too, right? For this month.
Yes.
We got one bag of
We have a
cupcakes and
French
one bag of
kiss.
food.
She said there's one like she was texting me yesterday. Said there was like some kind
Oh
of
my
peanut butter
God.
deal.
Yes.
Don't touch that one.
The
That's
puppy
mine.
love.
Put it down!
That's the strawberry.
Yeah. One of those is mine. You'll
Yes.
lose a hand. It's like touching a dog's food while he's
Don't
eating their
touch
Lux.
that one.
Take it easy. Yeah, but some of the new items available at both locations. Both
That is
Jilly's
correct.
locations, the one on Delmar in U City, and then their new location there in De Pere on Manchester Road. Check out their new menu. I'm sure it's up on their website. They got a website that works, unlike ours most of the time. Just go to Jilly'sCupcakeBar.com, JILLYS, CupcakeBar.com. Thanks for thinking of us and bringing food.
You're welcome.
Always nice. Love that. Lux, what's on the big show today? Sorry, I just got to grab the microphone
I got
back.
Mute Math tickets. I got Blues tickets for that Blues Bruins Donnie Fandango night. I've got a few of those to give away. So we're going to do that. Oh, and I have the new lunch hour starts today.
All right, 12
And
noon.
the winning vote, cover tunes, all cover tunes, full hour of it.
That's at 12 noon today. Tomorrow on the show, we're going to give away some more tickets to the HBO Boxing After Dark Saturday. Also more copies of UFC Undisputed 3. And after the show, one of our listeners, one of the Woody and Rizz listeners, is coming down here to interview. What's his name again?
Cain Velasquez.
Yeah, that guy.
He'll be by tomorrow.
Yeah. So this guy's a huge UFC fan. Of all the emails that we got, this guy seemed to be the most over the top. Like, this guy knew so much different stuff.
He said that he has bought every single pay-per-view since UFC 2. It's like 138
Is this the
now.
guy that works at the dojo?
No, he works at Shogun of Overland, which is not a dojo. It's a restaurant.
A hibachi place?
Hibachi place. Well, it sounds
Delicious.
It sounds like could be a
delicious.
dojo.
Yeah, so anyway, his name is Jeremy Bohannon. So Jeremy Bohannon is the winner. He's going to come down here to the radio station.
All right.
Thanks to everybody who sent your emails and everything over. But
Shogun of Overland? Is that what it is?
nobody seemed as over the top as this guy. So if you're a big UFC fan,
Onion Volcano.
get to hear a real UFC fan interview a big-time UFC superstar. And we'll post the interview up on the blog, 1057thepoint.com, and also get him a copy of UFC Undisputed 3 for the Xbox 360 or the PlayStation 3. Rizz, you got anything else?
That's it. Good day.
You guys can suck it, and we'll see you tomorrow.
I quit this bitch.
KPNT HD1 Collinsville, St. Louis. Rocks on 105.7 The Point.
Hell yeah! You can suck it! You can suck it! You can suck it! You can all suck it! Live long and suck it!
Get away from here.
Just leave.
Yeah.
The Woody and Rizzuto Podcast, powered by Moritz Royce Jewelry, where you get the jewels, not the shaft. Online at ninjabling.com.